Peace, 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 reflections. I am you, and you are I, universe, eon, tapping it. So, we're going to be doing a live reaction. We got the channel Gillian Berry pulled up. She's very good with, she has a platform that, like, hosts all these different people who go through all these different, like, life transforming fasts. And, like, there'll be people who be going, like, 100-day only juice, people who go like it'll be like, oh, 50-year raw vegan, like or like, oh, 20 days eating only fruit. Like, you get what I'm trying to say? It's one of those. It's a very powerful platform. So, you feel me? I got much respect um for this channel, and I'm very grateful for it. It's very powerful with the information. And so yeah, y'all see the title, y'all see the thumbnail. We're gonna react to this, and if I feel like doing more after it, then we're just gonna react to more videos like it. You feel me? We want to push high vibration. This is a high vibrational video, so just by I getting on here and pushing this, I'm pushing high frequency instead of all the other people who are pushing all this low vibrational shit that's just like mind numbing content, or pointless, brain dead, or degenerate ass shit that doesn't really feed you in any type of way. This is feeding your soul. This is giving you real information. This is pushing real consciousness, like growth of consciousness, expansion of consciousness. This is expanding consciousness information, not information or videos or shit that limits the consciousness. Cause that's a lot of what's on this internet. Shit that limits your consciousness. You feel me? We want shit that expands our consciousness. You feel me? But so yeah, this reflection. You feel me? She did 90 days only fruit. We finna get into it. You feel me? Um, so word, I'm gonna be sparking up the bowl. I'm gonna just be vibing. You feel me? We're just here together, watching this together. You feel me? On some chill shit. You feel me? Um, Picture as if we're just like in the room. I'm just sparking up the bowl. Like, we're doing it through the phone, but I'm saying break all the barriers that disconnect you from I as a real person, to where if I was in the room with you and we were just smoking, watching this video, all that shit would break down. It's the same thing. I'm just on the phone. So I'm a real person, the same way I would be a real person if I was next to you in the room watching this video. But now I'm just on the phone. And this is my platform. You feel me? We gotta break all that shit in the middle that disconnects us. All those thought forms of like thinking people who are online are somehow different from us. Even if they have millions of subscribers, these people are real, are just regular people, real regular people. You feel me? You feel me? But so within that being said, peace to everyone tapping in. I appreciate y'all deeply in advance. Um, I got the live put up on another phone so that way I can see if anything goes wrong or anything like that. I'm gonna listen to myself real quick just to make sure everything's going good. All right, yeah, it seems like everything's going good. But yeah, that's what I mean by I got the other phone. You feel me? I got y'all on one phone. I got this other phone pulled up. But so with that being said, I'm about to start the video. And we're gonna get straight into it. You feel me? So, word. This is the power of eating only fruits. This is just other reflections who are speaking to the truth of what I speak, which is that, you feel me, the food we're eating is man-made drug food, and the only thing we should really be eating is whole natural plants that come from the earth, or the soil. You feel I? So within that being said, let's get it.
Hey everybody, welcome back. Today we have an amazing video in store for you. We have Mari on, and she's about to hit day 90 of her fruit only fast. This is epic. This is totally life-changing for so many people. So we're going to find out if this has been for Mari as well. And let's hop into it. Mari, how's it going?
It's going really great. How are you doing?
I'm great. Thank you for coming on. I met you inside my private group, Club Raw. You're such a blessing, such a light, and I've loved seeing this transformation.
Thank you.
Tomorrow's day 90. Did you ever think you'd make it this far?
You know what? I've just been taking it day by day. I honestly am kind of shocked that
I just want to make sure the audio is good. Hold on. Now it's on a loop, my bad, yo.
Made it this far just because I feel like I have tried, fast in the past and like done cleanses. I've done juice cleanses,
Hold up.
and the longest I've
I just
lasted.
want to make sure it's not.
And the longest I've lasted.
I'm gonna disconnect y'all from the speaker because I got y'all playing on the speaker in the background. I just don't want it to be an echo. I just want everything to flow good, you feel me? So, hold up, we're gonna restart the video from the beginning real quick.
Hey everybody, welcome back. Today we have an amazing video in store for you. We have Mari on and she's about to hit day 90 of her fruit only fast. This is epic. This is totally life-changing for so many people. So we're going to find out if this has been for Mari as well. And let's hop into it. Mari, how's it going?
It's going really great. How are you doing?
I'm great. Thank you for coming on. I met you inside my private group, Club Raw, and you're such a blessing, such a light, and I've loved seeing this transformation.
Thank you.
Tomorrow's day 90. Did you ever think you'd make it this far?
You know what? I've just been taking it day by day. I honestly am kind of shocked that I made it this far just because I feel like I have tried, fast in the past and like done cleanses. I've done juice cleanses, and the longest I've lasted, I did a raw, I've gone raw for like 33 days before. And that's like the longest I've been raw, but this was something that I've always wanted to do. And I don't know, it's a very surreal feeling, honestly.
And what have been the best parts, like the main benefits?
Main benefits, first off, is mental clarity. Like before I came from the SAD diet, unfortunately, meaning like I was just eating everything. I was eating cookout like multiple times a day. And ironically, before that, like I've been vegan before. I've been vegan for like 2 years. I used to live in New York, so it was very easy for me to do that.
Nah, yeah, I ate the SAD diet almost my whole life up to like 15, and I'm still fighting to break free from it, right? But up to 15, I ate like most people eat, where you think everything's just food and that what you eat doesn't really have effect and everything's just edible. Like you think everything's just like food is just food, you get what I'm saying? Like you don't see a difference between Reese's Pieces and bread. You don't see a difference between bread and meat. You don't see a difference between you feel me, apples and fucking Swiss rolls, you feel me? You think it's all just food, like you don't see a difference between eggs and fucking and ice cream. You get what I'm trying to say? Like because even those things are all different within how they affect the body, because everything is its own individual thing, right? Like instead of everything just being placed under this umbrella term of food where you group it all together, it's like, you know how every weed strain, even though the funny thing is weed is a lot more the same across the board than food is, right? Because sure, there's different strains, but for the most part, it's still just going to get you high. But you know how every strain got its own name and it has all these effects it does? Food is like every single different food item is its own particular energy and frequency and relationship to the body, because it takes the things that it takes to make eggs, and whatever it takes to make eggs is completely different for what ice cream is made of. And you're not eating the ice cream, you're eating what it's made of, its molecular composition, all the things it's made on when you break it down to its source material. So that's what you're eating in all these so-called food items, right? They're basically containers that contain all the things within it to deliver to your body. And every single particular item within quote-unquote food has whatever it's made up of. And that's the problem with these man-made foods that are extremely toxic, right? Because they're toxic. Like all that shit in your cabinet, for example, like all these pastries and snacks and shit, for example, right? These things aren't even, like, all this shit's not even food, but shit that comes in like these tasty cakes, right? Like that's like the furthest away from food you can get, apart from like meat or dead flesh. That's a whole lane of its own, right? Like when it goes to these things that are stitched together from a man just putting together all these different things, all these different chemicals and ingredients and different just things that it's made of that they're putting together, and they can make out of anything. And they slap a name on it, they make a brand, a logo, and then they got you calling it Fruit Loops instead of all these different ingredients it's made of and what it does to your body. The same way you inhale cannabis smoke and it gets you high because it's influencing your body on that level, the smoke of a plant, when you inhale the smoke of something, the smoke going in you can influence your body to such a degree as to get you as high as cannabis. Now, what do you think putting something in your mouth and it's going into every single one of your cells? It's becoming the very building blocks. It's becoming your body. It's becoming the things that your organs are made of. Every 7 years, your body is completely regenerated from all the things you've been eating. Every couple months, you're remaking all the skin on your body, and you're like cleansing on a mind. Like, not your whole body isn't cleansing like it is in 7 years, but every few months, I forgot what it is, but you're cleansing on that level as well. It's like you're shedding, you're regenerating, you're recycling, and so every so couple months to every so couple years and vice versa and so on and so forth, your body is rebuilding itself and remaking itself from everything you put within it, right? So it's like when you're making a house and the house is made of the wood and the stone, or it can be made of metal, or you can choose to make it out of gold, or you can make it out of fucking Play-Doh. Like, you can make a house out of all these different materials, right? Your body is made up of all the materials that these containers called quote unquote food have within it. Because really, again, it's just a delivery system to release all the materials within the so-called food into your body. So that's why it's so important to study what these things are made up of that you're putting within you. Nothing is as simple as, oh, I'm just eating. You're suffering when you think everything is just food and you're just eating and you're being ignorant to it. You're only being ignorant towards your own self. You're only hurting your own self. You're not hurting anyone else who cares enough to try to expand your awareness for you to care. It's like if someone tells you about, smoking cigarettes. Before, like, you know how in the 80s or 70s, they used to think smoking cigarettes wasn't bad? Well, imagine if someone time traveled from now back to then, and they try to tell everyone how bad cigarettes are, and that person gets attacked. You're like, bro, this person's an asshole. No one wants to listen to him. They think he's trying to be mean or something. Or they think he thinks he's better than all this shit, right? But really, it's just I know how harmful and terrible this thing is, and I know all y'all are doing this thing, and so I'm trying to spread awareness on it, because I've stepped over to the other side. Now, let's say I was an ex-cigarette addict. And then I go back in the same scenario. I time travel from 2026 to like 1971. Everyone around me is smoking cigarettes, even to the doctors, right? The doctors are on the TV fucking having ads, fucking smoking cigarettes and shit, promoting that shit, because that's how it used to be back then, right? Now imagine I come all the way from now with everything we know about cigarettes now, back to only 50, 60 years ago now. You see how much things advance and we figure out shit? It's only 60 years ago people were all smoking cigarettes thinking they were healthy. Maybe in 60 years, all the shit we're eating now is going to be looked at just like how they're looking at cigarettes. You get what I'm saying? It's just a lack of awareness. So let's say I was an ex-cigarette addict, and I go and do that very thing I just said where I time travel back to the 70s. Let's say after I spread all this awareness and I push all this energy to awaken people to how harmful cigarettes are, because I'm in a generation of people and I'm in a society and a state of the world at the time where cigarettes are everywhere and I'm exposed to it 24/7. Let's say I relapsed and I started smoking cigarettes again. But at the same time, while I'm doing it, I'm literally saying, I don't want to do this. I relapse on it. I'm addicted to it. It's just as harmful as it's always been. Me taking a hit from it isn't changing the fact that it's doing what it's due to my body. On the outside looking in, it might look out, but it's still on the inside of me. That hit that I just took of the cigarette, no matter how we feel about it or how it's looked at, it is still going to be as harmful to my body, no matter what. It's still doing to me what it's doing. So what I'm saying is, it's a similar scenario with me waking up to this food, right? Within my journey of trying to break free from all this man-made drug food, I pushed a lot of energy into trying to awaken my family around me or the people around me to the food when it's not my responsibility, or even it's not a thing where I'm supposed to be trying to push that on them because they're in their own reality. But at the same time, when I do what I do when I'm eating only fruits, like the people around me will then see me relapse and eat the regular food and then think that takes away from my overall message. But the biggest thing I say about this food is that it is what? Man-made drug food. I don't say drug for no reason. In fact, it's the most important word I say when I associate it to this food, because it is the way I see it that this food is the biggest drug, the most addictive drug, the most commonly accepted drug, the most socially accepted drug. And that's what makes it the most harmful as well, because no one looks at it like what it is. Even though it's worse than a lot of the drugs you're taking, even though there's really no comparison, they're all just horrible. It's not worse, it's all horrible. Like the food has the same effects as real drugs. The food is a real drug. But before you even call drugs, they're just doing what they do to the brain and the body to make it addictive, whether you call it a drug or not. So basically, that means that anything that travels the pathway of your body to understand how to change your body chemistry to make you dependent on it has the ability to make you addicted to it. So that means that anything that works on your inner workings to that level has the ability to change your inner chemistry so as to make you chemically or biologically or mentally addicted to this thing, right? Or all three, or even more, right? All interconnected, right? So that's really what addiction is, right? It's the changing of your genetics, your body, your organs, your chemistry. This is why what you put into your body is so important to understand and not be ignorant to, because everything you're putting into your body is changing and becoming your body and influencing your body, and deeper than influencing. The level of influence the things you put inside of you have on your body is so beyond influence that you can't even, you feel me? It's a shame to call it influence. It's 9 times greater than influence. It's literally the thing that's steering and controlling your body, that's becoming your body on all levels. So most people are just a victim to the programs that are put into the foods that they're told to eat by these people who police the masses through the food, through the media, through all their strategies of controlling the consciousness. Because if you control the consciousness of someone, if they're mentally a slave, then you can allow them to be quote unquote physically free. Because if you are mentally enslaved but physically free, you don't even know how to access your freedom, because you're navigating the world that your slave master wants you to be within. So you're in a cell, but you don't see the bars, you feel me? So that's how they have majority of the populaces in all these countries, right? They have us content with being slaves because we don't see the bars around us, right? We don't see the bars around us. We think we're citizens in these countries. We think we're just in these cities and towns and we're just walking around freely. Bro, these are plantations. These are zoos. The police are keeping you locked in here. They're making sure you don't leave, gang. You gotta flip the view. If you look at these cities and towns from the outside looking in as someone who comes from nature back into these cities and towns, don't look at it as in I'm from these cities and towns, I'm walking into nature. No, look at it as this is how you'll really see what this matrix is. Look at it as go out in nature for a whole day, and then look at it as I'm walking into these cities and towns from what the planet really is, which is nature. So you're walking into this controlled, restricted, policed, artificial habitat where everyone's binded by their houses and possessions. They know where you lay your head down at every single day. Isn't that a little creepy to you, gang? I can go on Google Maps and look all around the whole country. I can pull up any address, any home address. So what I'm getting at is the government and these agencies that run everything behind the scenes that you give all your information to, like the people who made your social security number to begin with, right? They monitor you on a level you do not understand, but you consent to it. You just are unaware to it willingly. A lot of us, because we don't want to think about these things, but you can pull up anyone, almost anyone's fucking whole shit if you know anything about them. And the government knows our address, and we don't know how many people are know our address within the government system. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, your address, where you live, and everything about you is registered to the government. If you gave that to a regular person, you wouldn't even want to give them a fraction of what you willingly give the government, right? The government knows your whole spiel. The government knows your name, your parents, every person you damn near dated, every phone number you ever had, every Gmail you possess, your whole internet history, every place you go to, every street you walk on, every store you enter, because you're recorded and you're monitored through the cameras, and they pick up your face and they register you into the system. Everywhere you go in this system, you're monitored. This system within itself is, again, a police-controlled, restricted habitat where you're being kept within. You're being policed to stay within. You don't realize it yet because you think you're free. Let you try to leave. That's the thing. No one tries to leave. You think you're just willingly where you're at. Like, yeah, sure, you might leave where you're at right now, but what? To go and buy a house on a pre-chosen plot of land that was already set aside by the government, that already structured those lands within the concrete jungle. You're not going on land that hasn't already been surveyed by the government, that doesn't already belong to the matrix. And if you are going out in nature, you're going into nature reserves, controlled plots of monitor nature, where they own the land and you can't really go. You feel me? So everywhere you go in this system, when you really start to wake up, you realize that you're boxed within. They don't want you to leave. No, like, for real. Even if you're homeless on the street, they do not want you to leave. They want you to stay within their control, their system. Even the concept of being homeless doesn't exist if you're in nature, where you can just access all the resources around you freely without anything policing you. That's really what it is. If I can go out into nature freely, like freely, and just go freely out into actual nature, where I am allowed to just go and set up shop, and I can plant my own crops, plant my own food, plant my own plants. I don't like calling it food. I consider food only to be the particular weapon of these man-made items. Food is literally only these things that are made by man. Food isn't even made to be eaten. That's what I'm getting at. Food is particularly food. Like, food is food. Oranges and apples aren't food. That's what I'm getting at. Plants aren't food. Before you call it eating, you're just placing anything into your mouth and chewing it. Anything, almost anything around you, realistically. If it's edible, like, you feel me? You'll call it edible if you're able to pick it up and chew it and eat it within your body, right? But even the things that aren't edible, if you have a very small amount of it, you can swallow it like a piece of cardboard, and that thing will go into your body and it'll have bad effects on you. You get what I'm trying to say? Like, anything can be placed within your body through the entry point of your mouth before you place the title of eating upon it. It's just putting something into your mouth and breaking up everything that it's made of. So that thing then enters your body, your bloodstream, your organs, and whatever it is, it affects you. And then that goes with any form of entering your body. And then that's why the smoke does that, because the smoke enters your body and it does what it does. What you drink enters your body and it becomes you, and it goes all around into all the different parts of your body. This goes with everything that you're putting into your body. So it's literally just you taking on this thing that's around you. So if something is toxic and you inhale that toxic, or you ingest those toxins, you're putting the toxic thing inside of you, and so it's doing what the toxic thing does. It's pretty simple once you break it down on the very. You get what I'm saying? So the thought that our disease is coming from anything outside of ourselves is pretty laughable. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, we're looking at everything else but what we're putting inside of us. Like, you get what I'm trying to say? Like, you're literally putting all this shit inside of you, but then you aren't looking at what it's doing to your body. Like you're in this like fractured, split state of mind where you're disconnected from your body. So you'll put things into your body, but then you won't be connected to your body to just feel through what it's then doing to you after you put it in you. And then you start to think that other things outside of you are causing the things that are coming from what you just put in you hours ago, if not a day ago. You feel me? Cause and effect. Everything has a cause. Like, there's nothing just happening for no reason. It's a chain reaction, a chain set of events. This thing causes that thing that causes that thing. But so yeah, let me stop. We yapping. It's like, no, I'm not yapping. I'm just channeling. I'm flowing. But you feel me? I just said a whole lot, and we ain't even getting to the fucking. This finna be a long ass fucking reaction. But so word, let's get it. We just doing it how we doing it, yo. No fucking, no pressure to fit any type of mold, or you have to do it according to any type of time metric or any of that. I'm just flowing. You feel me? It could be 3 hours long, it could be an hour long, it could be any time. And we aren't running off the time, we're just running off the energy. And when I feel like I got everything I want to get out, then that's good enough. So, you feel me? Like, whatever it takes for me to feel like I've gotten out what I need to get out, that's what really matters. You feel me? It don't matter how it happens, the way I do it, the way I look, the judgment, the you feel me? It's just about that expression of the actual real raw energy within the good frequency that I'm trying to channel. That's what it's really about. So, you feel me?
And ironically, before that, like, I've been vegan before. I've been vegan for like 2 years. I used to live in New York, so it's very easy for me to do that. I'm raw for like 33 days before, and that's like the longest I've been.
Tomorrow's day 90. Did you ever think you'd make it this far?
This from the very beginning.
Hey everybody, welcome back. Today we have an amazing video in store for you. We have Mari on, and she's about to hit day 90 of her fruit only fast. This is epic. This is totally life-changing for so many people. So we're going to find out if this has been for Mari as well. And let's hop into it. Mari, how's it going?
It's going really great. How are you doing?
I'm great. Thank you for coming on. I met you inside my private group, Club Raw, and you're such a blessing, such a light, and I've loved seeing this transformation.
Thank you.
Tomorrow's day 90. Did you ever think you'd make it this far?
You know what? I've just been taking it day by day. I honestly am kind of shocked that I made it this far, just because I feel like I have tried, fast in the past and like done cleanses. I've done juice cleanses, and the longest I've lasted, I did a raw, I've gone raw for like 33 days before, and that's like the longest I've been raw. But this was something that I've always wanted to.
The longest I did was like almost a month too, or over a month. So like 20, 30 days fully raw. I was eating organic oranges, organic apples. This was somewhere in like 2024, right? Somewhere around there, right? So I was eating organic apples, organic oranges, organic bananas, and I was juicing. I was drinking organic orange juice, not from concentrate, so just fully just the juice from the orange. Even though you can't really trust these companies, at the same time, like you can tell, like when I get this shit that says not from concentrate, you can tell it's something different. Like it's like a thick, like it's a whole different. Cause the other shit be like water, and then they put like they sprinkle like a pack of the orange juice concentrate within it, and it'd be like fake as hell. It'd be some man-made, manufactured ass weird shit. They put all these chemicals in it. It's all stale and stagnant. And, you feel me? Because it's been on the shelf for how long? Like, because if you're making it from a pack, like how you gonna grind up the fruit, put it in a little pack, like you know, like those packs you buy from the dollar store that you put into your water bottle, like those juice packets. They be sprinkling like fucking packets of like fruit dust into the fucking water, and they mix it around and put chemicals in it, and that's what they call your regular apple juice that you'll get. You know, the 100% apple juice from concentrate with the citric acid. It'll be like water, citric acid, apple juice from concentrate. But the shit I will get when we say one ingredient and it doesn't have water in it, it's just H3O2. You feel me? So that's what I mean by genuine, like, you feel me? And I want to get a juicer because that's the best way to do it. That's the real way to do it, where I take my own fruit, and it's probably going to be a whole different taste, a whole different everything. And I'm going to realize that whenever I was drinking in the store, that shit was good, but that shit wasn't actual juice. Because when I juice the shit from the actual fruit, it looks different, it tastes different, it's a whole different, like, reality. You know what I'm saying? It's like the apples in this, when I talk about how organic is real, because the apples they gave us at school is like a whole different thing from the apples, from the organic apples at the grocery store. You know those hard skin apples that look all weird and they taste like them shits don't even taste good. The skin tastes weird. The whole shit, the whole texture of the apple looks different. You feel me? Those nasty ass, weird ass, GMO ass apples and shit. Sprayed ass apples and shit.
Do and I don't know. It's a very surreal feeling, honestly.
And what have been the best parts, like the main benefit?
But so yeah, that's what I was saying. Like I've gone basically kind of like her. That's my longest I've gone raw vegan so far. Even though now she did 90 days, that's what she's talking about on here. But so far, that's my biggest accomplishment as far as like consecutive no relapsing, like straight without messing up. It was like about over a month eating only fruits. You feel me?
It's
Main benefits, first off, is mental clarity. Like before I came from the South.
And yeah, mental clarity, that's just real. But sorry, last pause. But like, well, also to add on to that, outside of that 1 month though, there's like so many times I've gone like over 100 probably at this time, like 100 something times where I've gone over a day, so multi-day to a week to 2 weeks to however long of a time period, because I consider it to have to be over a day for it to really count, like within like a longer span going only fruits or plants successfully. And I've done this about like almost like maybe like between 50 to over 100 sometimes successfully from 2020 to now, to where like well the thing is I haven't ever fully, because my goal is to fully change my reality into going fully fruits and plants and then making that my permanent reality, like making that the only thing I'm eating, like I become that reality fully. And but right now I'm in this thing where I'm trying to become that, and I still haven't achieved that. And I'm coming from a reality of from 0 to 15 I was eating the regular standard American diet, the sad diet, and from eating that shit my whole life and eating it to a even like nastier rate, because like I was eating straight junk food. Like a lot of us eat this, but I was like, I grew up on like the regular like hood diet. What I mean by that is fast food, microwave food, fucking mac and cheese, fucking pizza rolls, hot pockets, cheese steaks, cheese fries, uh, uh, Domino's pizza, fucking um, Little Caesars. You feel me? McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's, fucking all the shit you can think of, right? Swiss rolls, Pop Tarts, fucking Lucky Charms, fucking Fruit Loops, Reese's Pieces, Skittles, M&M's, you feel me? Eggs and bacon. Fucking, I ate pork. Trust me, I ate pork. I never thought sausage. You feel me? I was eating pork too. I never was on no fucking religious shit when it came to, because some of us were at least privy to that. You feel me? Whether it be only for religion, and they weren't really aware of why. They still knew not to eat no fucking pork. But in general, right? Like I was eating everything, right? And basically, I hit a wall at 15 from all the buildup of all the toxins, and there were many different warning signs, many different like signs that I was developing this illness, and it was a stomach illness because my fucking stomach became raw and rancid as fuck. Like it was already getting nastier and nastier over the years, right? And then once I hit 15, it hit a wall. And it's crazy because you know how your family all has your similar body type or similar genetics. Tell me why my youngest sister, even though they don't want to hear any of the shit I talk about, but I'm just speaking from my experience. I'm speaking from shit that I went through myself. I'm speaking from seeing what taking place, what took place to me, and I'm putting two to two together. I'm doing real critical thinking and shit, questioning, putting shit together. Tell me why my sister, who has the similar genes to me, similar body type to me, like a lot of your family will develop the same type of illnesses because you're susceptible for the same type of reactions from the same type of stimuli from the environment because we have similar bodies. So the toxins in the environment treat our bodies the same within a particular family. So that's why one family will be quote unquote susceptible to diabetes, and it'll be like, oh, diabetes runs in the family. That's because the way the sugar is on your particular family affects y'all, and y'all are more sensitive to how toxic a lot of these sugars are, right? These sugary foods and fat foods. Certain people's families and their bodies are more, and their genes within that family is more susceptible and sensitive to the toxins. And some people are more resilient. You get what I'm trying to say? So those of us who are a lot more susceptible and sensitive to these toxins in the food and the environment, they become the people who get all these different illnesses and birth defects and mental illnesses and all these different genetic deformities, and you feel me, from being more susceptible and prone to being affected by these toxins in the environment and the food, right? But so within that being said, my sister around the same age I got it, she now has all types of stomach problems. She's 17 now, but they started on when she was like 15, 16. Same age that I hit the wall. And we all eat you gonna get what I'm trying to say? I'm now changing from it. But we live in the same house, we grew up in the same family, so we were eating the same shit. So me and my sister, we ended up developing the same similar type stomach illness. But when I was 15, what happened with right, is lockdown had just hit. So it was the first few weeks of the lockdown. My stomach was getting worse and worse and worse. Up to then, at that point, it was like every other day I was taking antacids. You know those pink little Tums, those pills that you take for people who have acid reflux. They taste like Pepto Bismol and shit like that, like Tums and shit like that, right? For your stomach. And like I would have the nastiest rotten egg burps. It felt like my stomach was rotten from the inside out, and it really was. And it still is every time I eat this nasty food. Don't get it misconstrued, because that's what I'm getting at, right? Like I've gone over a month as my longest feat, my longest achievement within 2024, around 2024, eating only fruits. But within this whole journey from 2020 to now, like I said, I've gone probably over 100 some times. I don't know the number because I wasn't. You get when you're just doing stuff. Like for example, you can't count how many times you ate in a month because you eat all the time and you eat so many times and you're not counting every time you eat. Because I treat every single day I rise into this realm from the moment I woke up with the energy of trying to break free from this man-made food, I have gone so many times where I've gone at least a day to over a day, where it might be 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, 5 days, a week, where I've eaten only fruits. And then what happens is I'll relapse. Now, even though I put in lots of work into my journey and trying to break free from the biggest weapon, this man-made food. In my opinion, the food is like the biggest weapon, right? Against my species, against our consciousness, against our health, against Black and Latino people and all oppressed, marginalized, if you want to call us marginalized, all indigenous populations of the planet, right? That have learned to live like our oppressor, who can take a lot of the toxins that they live, but then when we live like these Europeans, even when it goes to lactose intolerance, not to change the topic too much, I'm trying to keep everything on track, but 75 to 80% of so-called Black and Latino people, we're lactose intolerant. Our bodies don't even react the same way, but we're eating cheese and we're eating all the shit that the white man told us to eat. No offense, I'm being so honest. Just like we'll go to these doctors and it'll be a white doctor trying to treat a Black or Latino person's body, when we have a whole different, you feel me? It's a myth that all our bodies are the same. We need different things for our body types. Like Black people and Latino people do the best with eating plants. That's just the truth. That's the overall truth. That's where we come from. We're plant-based, and saying based makes it sound like you're only semi. We're not even plant-based. We're just plants. We're literally plants. We come from, because the thing that makes plants plants is what we come from. Like our bodies are made from the organic material of the ground, the soil, the planet around us. So you really think it's so crazy for your body to be able to channel the same sources of life that the plants do? Before you call it a plant to differentiate this form of life from you, it's just this thing that so happened to be green once it created itself to create its body structure. But really anything could be anything, and it's just fusing the energy from life to manifest into its solid form, and then it continues to absorb the higher sources of life above the solid to keep its solid energy sustained. Because you're in a solid body, but you're absorbing higher energy sources flowing through your solid body. The air, which is gas, which is a higher form of energy. The ether, the prana. The water, which is liquid energy in a liquid form. The sunlight, the solar energy, which is the real energy for your soul, which is why it's called soul or energy, which is why they have solar panels. Because it's soul, it's energy of the soul. The sun is one big soul. Try to prove me wrong, but look into the science of it. And everything is about solar. The solar system. The root word of sun is soul. S-O-S-O-L. But so within that being said, I've gone over 100 times where I've gone at least some point of like at least a day, over a day, eating only fruits. But again, the problem is I relapse, so I'll crash and I'll go back to eating this man-made junk food, this man-made drug food, right? And so in my opinion, I would think it would actually be better for me to, well, actually, no, I was about to say some dumb shit. I was about to say I think it would be better if I just chose to stick to one or the other than going rapidly back and forth. But nah, bro. We got to get free from this horrible food by any means, right? Food isn't fruits and plants. So when I say food, I'm particularly referring to all these man-made food items. So when I say food, I'm not talking about oranges or apples or what we're supposed to be eating, which is plants. So when I say food, split the two. When I say food, picture all this stuff that comes in a box. These man-made items. Pop-Tarts, Swiss rolls, Cheez-Its, Goldfish, pizza rolls. That is food. Fruits, plants, and anything that comes out the ground in its whole form is not a food. It's not food. Now we can come up with a new word for them, but they're not food. The best I can think of right now is solid containers of energy made for our body by nature. Even though that's not a term, that's a whole sentence. But so word. So same with the reflection here, how she's talking about how she went up to this point where it is that she reached 90 days in this video, and she's talking about that now. Before that, she only went 33 days. And I went around the same, where I went like 30 something days, 20 something days, around a month as my longest achievement. But right now, and ever since I woke up in 2020, I still have not successfully broken fully free from this man-made drug food. Every day I rise into the realm, I rise with the intention again, as I was saying earlier, because I tend to break my mind, be all over the place. I'll say part of one thing and then I'll stop it and I'll start saying another thing, and then 10 minutes later I'll go back to finish the shit I said 10 minutes ago. So going back to what I was saying, how every day I rise into the realm with the intention of breaking free from this food. So that's why I've gone so many times. I don't know the number, because I just move my reality geared towards making the eating only fruits my reality. So it's not even a thing of like I'm going on a fast. I don't think of it as a fast. I think of it as resetting my body to the natural thing that our bodies are designed to be eating, if we're even meant to be eating. Because I see it as my species, so-called Blacks, Latinos, Anunnaki gods and goddesses, divine nature beings in our higher frequency forms. We eat like our plants do. We absorb the energy from the air around us. We absorb the energy from the soil. We absorb the energy from the sun and the water within the air around us when we breathe in. So the same way our plants are self-creating factories that generate all the things they need merely by being exposed to the sunlight and the outside fresh ether air, is the same way when we are placed in that environment. In fact, we above the plants. So anything the plants can do, when our bodies are in their natural state, in our healthy state, because right now all our bodies are polluted, right? And our genetics are altered by living in these cities and towns, living in these artificial habitats, where we're ingesting all these things that are changing our biochemistry from the inside out. As so-called Blacks, Latinos, when we're in nature, our bodies are going to shift and evolve into a whole different state, because we're going to cleanse out all these artificial things placed within us to change how our body functions, to change our consciousness, to change our genetics. You feel I? So when you go back in nature, it's like your body's going to reopen up and you're going to retune into the atmosphere of everything around you, and you're going to start growing, like actually growing. Because picture you take a tree or a plant out of the ground, out of the soil, and you just put it in the house and then it sits there, right? Or even if you took a tree that can grow huge out in nature, you take this tree and you put it in your house and you put it in a little pot, that tree will only grow like a foot tall at the most, and you will never understand what that tree was meant to be. You can greatly limit and blunt and stunt the growth of all different things by changing its environment. You feel I? Changing what it needs, its natural atmosphere that puts it in its highest biological state that it can achieve. Right now, we're in a fraction of a fraction of a fraction within everything that we're made to be able to be. The same way they say we're only using like 10% of our brain, so we're using a brain within our brain. You get what I'm trying to say? Like we're shriveled within the remnants of this giant expansive body, which is like, picture you're this big, but you come from being this big. And so like the remnants of how big you used to be, you're within your own self of your potential of how you used to be. So this is what it means when we're in a fallen state. We fell in frequency and we're trying to rise back up to what we merely come from. So this is why it feels so familiar, and it's like you're retracing your own steps. As a whole species, as a planet, as a collective consciousness, we're retracing our own steps back to source, back to the energy we come from before they invaded the realm and we fell from the 33rd dimension. Peace to the gods and goddesses of planet Kai. I'm channeling that higher frequency, as y'all can see. Peace to everyone tapping into the live. I appreciate all y'all deeply. And so, yeah, let's continue the video. I'm just going to start channeling whenever I channel. I might be talking, probably at this point, I already talked about half of the video's length, and we didn't even watch a quarter of the video yet. I'm going to be talking way more than the video. You feel me? Like, if the video's an hour long, I'm going to be like 4 hours long in this bit. I just got so much information and so much shit that be coming to I just need to work on not stopping it, because that's the thing. Like, I'll block my flow by overthinking or trying to think about what I'm gonna say, but I just need to let that shit flow out. Channel. You feel I?
Bad diet, unfortunately, meaning like I was just eating everything. I was eating cookout like multiple times a day. And ironically, before that, like I've been vegan before. I've been vegan for like 2 years. I used to live in New York, so it's very easy for me to do that. And so like I've done that before, and then like I'm from Alabama, so I moved back here, and like it's especially where I live, like there's not a lot of healthy options, unfortunately. So like I kind of fell into the trap of that and was just eating any and everything. So coming from that to doing 90 days of only fruit, that's why I said it feels very surreal, but I was just so ready and so like just fed up, honestly, with the lack of mental clarity that I had. That was the first thing I noticed, is that like I was so much more focused. My mind was extremely calm. It's not always calm, but it's way calmer than it used to be. So that was like the first big benefit that I got. So
would you say it's a big difference in your mental health, like your thoughts, how you feel, your happiness versus like now versus like the cookout lifestyle?
Absolutely. Yeah. Like before, like, because obviously like on raw and even when you're cleansing and everything, like I've had emotional ups and downs, but I feel like being on the fruit, it allows me to come back to center very quickly. Like I don't necessarily stay in one emotion for a long time versus like before when I was just eating everything and eating a lot of fast food, drinking, those type of things. I would stay in moods for a very long time, or I couldn't really shake.
Oh yeah, I can attest to that. When I start eating only fruits, and I'm really on my game, when I'm really beating these lower archons and gluttony and shit, and I'm on my spiritual game, and I'm playing my singable too, and I'm just cleansing my energy, bro. It's like everything just starts releasing and flowing, right? But if I eat these dense ass foods, it's like everything starts to stick to you. Everything starts to stay a lot longer. Like all these negative ass emotions, they'll latch onto you and stick to you. When you're on a higher frequency, eating only fruits, you don't even feel as susceptible, if not susceptible at all, to these negative thought forms or negative feelings, right? You tend to steer clear from them, as a matter of fact. Like when you're eating all this dense ass bullshit, you'll argue, you'll feed into it. It's like you feed on that toxicity because you're eating toxicity, right? My bad, yo. That hit. I'm smoking. I'm smoking that, you feel me? That good ganja, you feel me? That cannabis. And if y'all ever see me smoking, you do not have to ask why I'm smoking. We only smoke cannabis. You feel me? It's an insult if you try to play me by you feel me? We will never indulge in a drug, you feel me? Cannabis is not a drug. I am an anti-drug. I'm the real anti-drug. Fuck that little fake DARE program they used to give you on school. I'm the real anti-drug campaign. You feel me? Never done a drug in my life except alcohol. Yes, sirree. And I only drank that a couple times, and I never want to drink it again. I will never put alcohol in my body again. Just like I want to never put meat in my body again. But I can say 100% I will never put alcohol in my body again. Just like I can say within creating the reality of it that I 100% will never put meat in my body again. Even though it's been about, it's 35 days now, right? I think it's 35 days that I've been no meat. So this is my fourth energy cycle, as in my fourth overall successful attempt of going a long period within the attempt of fully breaking free from it, of not eating meat. What I mean by that is before I started tracking it in this official way on the channel, before I did my first energy cycle, as in my first attempt publicly, I already Just like I've already achieved many feats of going a couple of days here, a week there, numerous days eating only fruits, with my biggest achievement being over a month, literally only fruits, which is why it's so powerful, which is why I'm saying it like that. Y'all might not believe it, y'all weren't there to see it, but if I understand and know that I literally was eating only fruits, that's why I'm here right now. That's why every day I'm pushing this, even if I fall back into the reality of eating the man-made food. And that's why I do so much to talk about the food is my biggest thing, because I'm still in the reality of breaking free from it. And within my reality, when I eat the food, it's the thing that puts me back to sleep. It's my biggest obstacle. It's the biggest thing I need to conquer for me to be in a high frequency of waking up and being in my higher self. In order for me to be on the frequency of fighting against this matrix, what is actually meant for my soul, I'm either in the matrix, asleep, not doing what I'm meant to do, and main way I get into that frequency is by eating the man-made food, because it blocks out my higher energies, it blocks out my ability to tap in. It fucks up all my chakras. It basically undoes any of the work I put in, any of the energetic work I start to do, any rising in vibration I start to achieve gets greatly hindered and destroyed and obliterated by eating this man-made toxic food, because everything is energy. And if I'm doing all this to raise my energy, being around toxic energy in any form will change my vibration. So when you're around someone who's yelling and arguing and being toxic, that's the same toxic energy that you're eating. Because literally everything is energy. If you're tapped in, you understand what I'm trying to say. Everything is energy. The reason toxic food is so bad to the body is because you're putting toxic energy directly into your body. Like literally it's going into you. So you're not just hearing it. You're not just looking at it. You're eating the toxic energy. This is what I mean by these foods are just containers of energy. They're delivering energy into you. Picture it like a delivery driver dropping off the product into your body. So you fly, you know how your parents would be like, you're a baby flying the plane into your mouth of poisons that they were programmed to think is okay. So then they pass that on to you. So let me fly the plane into your mouth of these poisons, programming you as a baby that doesn't even know to eat yet to start to eat these drug foods. So that way, by the time you're an adult or you're grown up, you ate it your whole life. So if you ever become aware of what it is, now you're fighting an uphill battle like I am. Because if I knew these were drugs, if I knew this shit was what it was as a baby, I would have never started eating this shit, gang. You get what I'm trying to say? So it's like I would be attacked and judged by the people around me by like, look at him. He's eating the shit that he's doing so much to try to talk about. He's talking shit about the food, but he still eats it. What? You get what I'm trying to say? It's like I ate this shit all the way up to 15. I become aware of what it is. But if I'm saying everything of what it is, especially up to if we understand just how addictive these foods are, and because it's eating, it's food, so it's different than just taking a drug, right? Because with the programming of food, and because they put it so deep into our being, right? It's a whole different relationship, because as far as most people's understandings of life goes, we have to eat. For most people, the way they see life is you have to eat. So that's pretty dirty, right? To attack the thing that you have to do no matter what. So it's different than just taking an external drug, right? So it's and basically what I'm getting at though is I started off at a massive disadvantage, because from my own inability to even be conscious enough as a baby or a child to even know what I was putting in my body, I had all these things pushed onto me before I could even really think or be aware of the realm. And then by the time I'm starting to gain awareness, 10, 11, because I really only started coming to my body when I was like 11, 12, 13. That's when you really start to really gain awareness, right? And you really gain awareness once you're like 15, 16. And then once you're 18, 19, 20, it's like, okay, I'm really here now. You always been here, but you get what I'm trying to say? It's like you fully step into awareness once you're like 12, right? 13, 14. But by the time I fully stepped into the awareness, I was already eating this shit that was horribly addictive my whole life. That was changing my whole body from the inside out my whole life. So I am biochemically addicted to this thing, like biologically, like it goes into my whole body, and on a biochemical level, it's making you into the core of your being. Like it's deeper again than just taking a drug, because like when you eat something, it's going into every part of your body. Your whole body is built around the relationship of what you're ingesting from what you eat. So to make something in your food that makes you hooked to it beyond just a regular way that, when you eat, you have a natural reaction to crave it. Because even, to be honest, fruits and whole plants don't even have that. They don't make you crave it. So craving within what you eat is an artificial construct, period. You aren't supposed to crave in an uncontrollable way. That right there is the addiction. But within that being said, just the whole fact that the drug is in the thing that you so-called have to eat, right? And I already grew up my whole life up to 15 eating it from not knowing what it was. And it's deeper than not knowing what it was. So when I say it like that, it's like, because you're growing up in a world where it's all around you. You're told you need to eat this thing. It's there every single day. And it's just a normal way of living up until a certain point if you ever gain awareness, which a lot of people don't. They don't even ever gain awareness. They never even reach the point of questioning what they put within their body. Right? But so at 15, a few weeks after lockdown hit, is when all this different energy started to hit me, right? All these different thoughts on a higher frequency. And little did I know that was interconnected to all the energy that was coming into the planet. So I was feeling all the cosmic energy that was starting to seep into the planet. And that shifted my frequency, that shifted my thoughts, my consciousness. And when it first started to hit, it was powerful as fuck. And then what happened is they started to shut it down. So a lot of us tapped in early 2020. And then what happened is a lot of us fell back asleep and they resealed the energy and re-locked the energy down. And then it's like a game of back and forth of we break through, we start cracking through all the light code lockdown, they seal it shut again for a bit. We crack through the light code lockdown a bit, they seal it shut a bit. You feel me? And it's been like a back and forth. But within that being said, my first couple weeks of being in lockdown was when I gained awareness to stop eating the food and start eating only plants. And then from there, I saw how much I healed. I saw that I reversed my whole stomach illness. I felt a way I never felt my whole life. But then beyond all that, because it started with that, but beyond all that, it was the way I felt spiritually, the state it put my consciousness in, the energy I felt. And so then it became everything to do with tapping in, and the focus was really way beyond anything to do with health. Like health was like a cool benefit, right? But really that should be like one of my biggest focuses, because to be honest, my body is all kind of fucked up. That's why I need to keep it grounded and understand that when I choose to eat the man-made food, it's deeper than just me choosing to step outside of my spiritual energy. I'm directly attacking my body and getting sicker every time. Like when I stop eating the man-made food, I put the disease on pause. And if I go long enough, I can reverse it and fully heal it. But the thing is, every time I choose to re-eat this man-made food, I'm basically pressing play on the disease that's been developing this whole time, my whole life. It was developing all the way up to 15 before I woke up to food. I started to heal it. I put in work into heal it. But every time I relapsed, you feel me? The thing is, I never went fully fruits. So I never fully healed my disease. So this is why I'm in the state I'm currently in now, to where I still have not fully achieved going fully plants. I'm only trying to break free from the man-made food reality and go fully plants. You feel me? I'm trying to navigate my words in a way to where I just speak directly and all like in a cohesive narrative to where it's flowing like on a direct road, like a direct path, like straight. Like so, even if I say things in a funky way, because sometimes I'll say words that like, but it's just the way my brain works. So I need to just let myself flow. You feel me? Because it makes sense what I'm saying. I be overthinking my own words, but as long as y'all get what I'm saying, I might say a weird word. I might say a misplaced word. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? But y'all understand what I be trying to say. But so word, like, let me press play.
My emotions like that, especially negative ones. But I'll definitely say, like, I'm a lot happier.
So it's worth it then, right? So it's been worth it. Are you glad you've done it?
Absolutely. Oh my God. Like, I'm really just proud of myself because it would be a lie if I said like, oh, this was totally so easy. Like, no, it wasn't. It wasn't super easy. It was definitely challenging at times, especially when you have like things that happen in your personal life or things like that, and you're still like normally, when things happen that are not pleasant, like I would run to food and I would use it as an emotional crutch. You know what I mean? But like I made a promise to myself and I was like, I don't care what happens, I'm not stopping until I meet my goal. Because in my mind, I felt like 90 days was an appropriate amount of time for me to kind of change those habits that I needed to change and form new habits. So yeah. Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times I see people do these cleanses, like whether it's a fruit cleanse, a juice cleanse, and they totally change their life. Like relationships will change or their job, like as their insides change and get like so in alignment and clear and connected, like they change the outsides. Have there been any big like shaking things change around you?
Not yet. And I say yet because literally like this past weekend, I just started to like things started to shift within my mind and like where I see myself in life, like those type of things. It was like I had an epiphany, and I know it's the fruit because I look at it as like it is allowing me not to run away from myself anymore. I think when we're just eating and stuffing ourselves with processed foods and heavy meats and alcohol and sweets and things like that, it clouds your mind, it clouds your judgment, and you can't even really connect with yourself. Like I feel way more connected to myself. So those things haven't necessarily shifted in the physical where I can see them and where they're tangible yet, but I feel like they're coming. Like I'm kind of hitting that breakthrough now as we speak. So yeah.
And really the invisible is what matters most anyway, right? I went to New York and I interviewed Angel from Caravan of Dreams. He owns the biggest vegan restaurant in I think America. And he kept talking about how like everything is like 99% invisible. What really matters, like our emotions, our intentions, and like everything else is like 1% really. But the invisible is what.
Nah, for real, because the thing we are is invisible. I can't even see my real self, but I know I'm not the body. You feel me? But everything she's saying is facts. Talking about being more connected to self, being more cleansed upstairs, mentally, just so clear. Your body feels so clear. It's like you're on a natural high and it doesn't crash. It's only the first few days where you're cleansing out from the detox, from the man-made food, to where you'll be up, down, up, down. That's because you're adapting to new frequency. But once you get all this life force and this new energy from these fruits, these fresh plants, you feel me? And especially if you're combining that with a spiritual practice like meditating, going outside in the fresh ether, in the fresh sun, it's like, I would say that's a must. You feel me? You can't have one without the other. You feel me? Because sitting inside all day staring at the phone and you're trying to eat fruits and shit, in my personal experience, that shit doesn't resonate with me. Because to be honest, the nature comes first. Like, for me, like, The nature comes first, and then I eat the fruits and the plants because it aligns with that. It keeps me in that frequency. It is that frequency. You feel me? It is the frequency of nature within what I'm ingesting. So I'm going out in nature. I'm becoming nature, and then I'm ingesting nature on all levels. You get what I'm saying? When it is that I'm being fully plants. And my word for it, I made a new word, y'all. Fuck me, I'm vegan. We are fully natural plantarians, okay? We aren't vegan. We aren't plant-based. You feel me? We aren't none of that. We're natural plantarians, meaning we eat plants in their natural whole form, untampered by man, directly from nature. That is the new term that I made that for us all to be able to resonate with that frequency. For those who feel like all these different words they got out here, all these different frequencies of people in these different camps that are making it seem like, because especially with vegan, bro, they're blowing our whole spot. Y'all need to move on. Y'all making this shit seem so weird, bro. It's like, nah, let me stop. Because there be a lot of people who, because they're all alliance, bro. But like with my journey is a lot more spiritual. So I would even want to go to the best intention, like doctors, like who be like fully vegan, and they talk about the plant-based lifestyle, but they talk about eating soy and beans and nuts. We're trying to break away from the food reality, bro. That's the energy I'm tapped into. Because before, I just naturally aligned to when I started to meditate when I was 15, when I started to wake up. Maybe it's because I'm Aquarius, whatever it is, I naturally got so in tune with the breath and the air. And whatever states I achieved, the thing is, I'll fall out of those states, but I know they're possible now. So now I'm here trying to dedicate my life to tapping into real divine things that I felt. If you felt something that was really fucking divine, let me put it like this. Even though we understand what we understand about Christianity and the Bible and how all religions are contorted spiritual teachings, which is why they even resonate to your soul on any level, because they're using the real spiritual teachings that the religions originate from, but the medium that they're coming to now has been heavily corrupted, and it's used by the forces of this world to police and control the people of this world and actually limit your spiritual growth. Ashe. But within the Bible, when Moses was on the mountain and he had God speak to him, that man dedicated his whole fucking life. So if you actually have God connect to you in any type of form, and I'm telling you, I actually felt the divine in any type of form. This is why I push as hard as I push. Ashe. And I'm only actually hurting myself when I'm not pushing as hard as I should be pushing in any form, because any energy I'm pushing within my energy of what I connect to within nature, the fact that I felt it, I should be 9 times stronger. I'm actually doing y'all a disservice. I'm doing this whole realm a disservice. If it is that I'm saying things like I literally saw 2 suns. Like, I myself can tell you that shit is real. Look, I saw 2 suns. For those who are tapped in and understand what the frequency I'm speaking on, I saw 2 suns on December 21st, 2020. It was real. And there's many other things I've had happen that were very, like, I've had dreams about real life events that really happened months later. Like, I've had real divine shit happen to me. So within that being said, the fact that I tap into that level, but then I'll choose to tap out of it, and I wonder why I feel so depressed. Because I ain't here fulfilling my fucking mission. I'm a soul in a body that came here to stir up this whole reality and reconnect this back to what life really is on higher levels. Y'all are lost down here in the physical. We come from higher realms down to here. Y'all got trapped down here. That's why it's selling your soul. Because you're selling your soul from what you come from in higher planes down to this physical. A place that you fell down to. That is merely energies that all come from higher planes. Everything in a solid is slow vibrating energy. So it's way better in higher planes, fam. You get everything way faster in higher planes because it's vibrating faster. It's a whole different set of laws in higher planes. Every plane has its own set of laws. Let me not even get into that though. Like, you know how this plane supposedly has the laws of physics, even though that shit is a bunch of man-made ass fucking deception. Let me not even get into that one either. You can't trust anything that comes out these human beings' mouth, cuz. I'm talking about these, you feel me? You get these white people. And I mean that with all due respect. Because y'all did not exist in anything to do with the history of this planet post y'all man-made year of 1492. And a little bit before that. Time is a man-made invention. We didn't even run on time. Everything we're trying to tune into is me tuning into what my ancestors were before we were fucking invaded, bro. So it's a matter of just remembering. It's in my genetics. The more I sit still and the more I stop putting in these things from the slave master, I'm putting in all these pollutions from the slave master that are made to take me away from my whole element. But the more I sit with myself and I purge out my body and I run on what my body naturally is, what nature is, my planet, I'm running on the real source of life. And that's when everything starts to come to me, a streamline of real consciousness. You feel I? But so word, let me replace play on that bitch. I was all over the place, but I don't know. I'm pretty sure I got everything aligned. I'm pretty sure I'm not leaving anything. I don't know if I forgot to finish saying anything that, because I said a whole bunch just now. I'm pretty sure I connected the dots enough to have it be like a conversation. But so yeah, let me press one. If y'all hear people in the background, that's my family, fam. That's my people, cause that's my people. I'm saying.
Matters the most. So it sounds like you've had a lot of like internal shifts and changes for the better overall, right?
Yes, definitely. Like, and that's what I wanted. Like, in terms of like physical changes with my body, like I lost like 30 pounds.
Wow.
And I can send, because it's like, if you were to see the pictures before, I'm like, oh, like you can, it's just so different. Like you can see the inflammation in my face and in my body. Like I feel like I didn't even look like myself anymore. Cause I've never been a bigger person or anything like that. Like I'm 5 feet and like I've always just been small and petite, you know, and then like I came here and just started, you know, down the path of just like a bunch of fast food, you know what I mean? And the inflammation and the weight just like packed on. So like physically I look different and I feel so much better. Like I feel so light and just refreshed, you know? I was at a coffee shop earlier today and this lady, like because she came up to my table for work and she was just like, oh my God, you're glowing. Like you just have a light. And I like this random lady, you know, and of course, like she didn't know that today is day 89, you know, yeah, or whatever. But I was just like, it's the fruit. Like in my mind, you know, in my head, I was like, it's the fruit and it's working. Because like that lady she doesn't know me, you know what I'm saying? So like she can't be biased against me. But aside from like those physical changes, like it's definitely been a lot of internal mental shifts. And that's more so why I was doing this, because I realized like, okay, I can't.
Because same thing with me, bro. Like, y'all gonna see once I get fully into my shit, you feel me? Because I've been knocked off my pivot, bro. When I really be tapping in, when I really be eating only fruits, when I really be channeling this sun, bro, my whole body changes, bro. My whole ether, my whole fro, my quote unquote hair, my whole skin, everything changes. Your body is a reflection of what's going on internally. And it's also a reflection of everything you're doing, right? So how you look, even though we're not even speaking on the vein level, right? I'm speaking about the glow off my skin. I'm speaking from the aura that I radiate when I'm genuinely on that frequency. Like I can attest to this the most because for some reason my body is like, I be like morphing, bro. Like I be super in tune with my environment to where my body shifts how I look a lot. And she's basically preaching to the choir. She's basically giving truth to shit that I've done said my own self. I don't know if I said it on this channel. I might have talked about it a little bit to where I talked about how I look is really like like I generally start looking so, like you just see the fruits of my skin. You see the energy in my lips. My lips become more reddish and more full of life. And they become bigger and swoller, and it's like I'm tuning in more to my Latino black genetics. If you want to split it up into two categories, because Latino and black is the same. The thing that makes Latinos Latino is that we are black people mixed with more of the slave masters' genes. They were raping us. That's really what it, if we really want to get into it, bro. Because the further I go, if I go to past my dad, right? I go to my grandfather, then my great grandfather, then my great great grandfather. Or if I want to switch over to the other side, right? To fit more into how they were pushing their genetics into us. If I go to my grandmother, then my great grandmother, and my great great grandmother on my so-called Latino side, right? The further I go back, the darker they are. There is no difference between so-called Puerto Ricans, Haitians, Jamaicans, South Africans, Nigerians, Liberians, Congolese, you feel me? Zimbabweans, you feel me? Aboriginal Australians, you feel me? The real Indonesians, you feel me? Papua New Guineans, you feel me? South Americans, the real Brazilians. We're all over the planet, the real Europeans. I just saw a video talking about the Black Irish clans. We were up in Ireland. We were up in the UK. We were everywhere. Look into it. The further you go, the darker history gets. It's the real dark ages. It's like,
like before, I couldn't even focus to try to change anything about my life, and the things that I want to see change in my life. I couldn't even think straight. I felt crazy. And so whenever I started on it, because I started March 16th, which was, you were doing a challenge. You were starting a challenge in Club Raw. Mm-hmm. Now, I can't remember if it was like an all fruit challenge or if it was just.
We did do a 7-day fruit. We've done like all raw, and then we did a 7-day fruit challenge. Maybe you started then and you've been doing it since then, I think.
Maybe so. Maybe so. And maybe that was just like, but I just remember like, now's my chance. Like they're doing, because I remember watching, because I've been watching you for years, of course. And I remember watching you and you talking about Club Raw, and I was like, okay, I'm finally going to join this, number one. And then as soon as I got in, you guys were like, yeah, we're doing this challenge. I was like, I'm doing it. I don't care what I'm doing. I don't care what's going on. Like, it's time, and I've always wanted to do like a longer challenge because, of course, I watch you. I've studied like raw veganism and things for years. Like, I've known about raw veganism since like 2014. And it's taken me this long to kind of, really dive deep into it. Like I said, I've done, challenges here and there. I've done juice cleanses here and there and things like that. But it's like I always kind of fall off and revert back, to other things. Because I've been pescatarian. Like I said, I've been vegan. And obviously nothing makes me feel better than being raw and being on fruit. Like,
you're glowing. It's clearly working. Would you say this has been like one of the best experiences of your life?
Oh, definitely. It's been probably the most transformative thing that I think I've ever done in life. And I think up until this point, like, I've done some really great things for myself that I'm very proud of, like, career-wise and things like that. But, like, for me, for my spirit, for my whole, you know what I mean? Like, for my mental, like, this is probably the best thing I've ever done. And I'm just grateful. I'm grateful to you, number one, because I feel like you're such a thoughtful and caring and, like, fearless leader, so to speak.
Thanks,
you're welcome. So in Club Raw and just, like, for the world, like for the community, because you reach so many people. And I'm honestly just so happy and grateful for the experience and the opportunity to even sit here. Like I said, like I told you earlier, like I've journaled about this like years ago and been like, I want to be raw. I want to be on Jillian's podcast and like it's happening right now. So like, it's just a very.
I love it. So you manifested this on your fruit fast, really?
Yeah.
And take us through a day in the life on the fruit fast, because it's about to end. So like, what does a typical day look like? What have you been eating? How much? And yeah, that's what we'll start with that. I have so many more questions.
Yeah. So typically I'll say like at first, like I was just eating everything, like every type of fruit. Like I'll say like I've eaten peaches, plums, bananas, like pineapple, a lot of grapes. When I first started,
Grapes.
I consumed a bunch of grapes just because like they're so cheap and costly, and I was trying to do this as cost effectively as possible. So I had a lot of grapes, green, dark, everything, a lot of apples, you know what I mean? Just like quick things. And then I finally fixed my juicer, which I thought was broken. However, it was just me, like not for whatever reason, I thought it was broken, and it was literally me putting it together wrong. So
it happens.
So once I realized that, and I think you actually helped me because you were like, I'll reach out to Nama.
Yeah.
But once that happened, then I started juicing because I was doing like smoothies and just fruits, just whole fruit or whatever, which was helping. Like I was eating a lot in the beginning. And I'm sure a lot of other people, like this happens for them too, where they eat a lot in the beginning, and then as you detox and everything like that, like now I don't have to consume as much to stay full. And can go longer without eating. And that happens a lot too, because like obviously I work.
No, yeah, definitely. That definitely be happening. Like the more you go on the journey, and this is where I'm getting at when I'm saying I'm trying to get away from eating food. Like I naturally start to just like eat the air. Like the more I cleanse my body out, like she's definitely speaking the truth. Like you just start wanting to eat less. You feel me? Like one orange, when you really clear your body out, like once you're like 10 days fully fruits, right? One orange feels way different than it'll feel to you right now because you're so used to eating and eating and eating and eating all this different stuff. And it actually is pulling energy from your body. It's actually hurting your body. So you're going from a reality of eating stuff that's actually toxic for you to eating stuff that's actually good for you. That's why I say plants and fruits aren't food. Like these are night and day differences, right? It's a whole different reality. The food, eating this man-made food, that shit is robbing your body. It's dehydrating your body. It's killing you slowly. It's the opposite of building and healing you and feeding your body. It feeds you physically, it stuffs you up like a cattle, and that's why food comes from the word fodder. Literally, the etymology, I can't say it, bro. The etymology of food. I'm trying to say etymology, or however the fuck you say that shit. The etymological, like, the etymology of food, right? Because I can't say the other shit, however the fuck you say that shit. The etymology of food is fodder, which literally means livestock for cattle. Literally. Like no being around the bush, that's literally the origins of the word food. Livestock for cattle. We're the biggest cattle. The indigenous populations of this planet that have been rounded up into all these modern day plantations, working for the modern day slave master. These corporations. All these jobs you have to work. To where you're pumping life into a system that's destroying everything around you. That's why it is that I'm really amping up to reach a point where I'm for real gonna dedicate my life to become a whole boycott to this system. I just have to rebuild up my energy, fully get on that high frequency, get my frequency right, and really get in that state. Get into my God self again. Channel the energies of nature again. Really start to charge up my avatar again. And once I feel that power and connection to source, it's over. What I mean by I'm going to dedicate my life as a boycott to the system, it is that I want to swear a vow to never work a job in this matrix again. Money, if anything that I understand within anything that I tap into is true, then I can attract money to I. Within walking on my path, genuinely building my vibration, genuinely cleansing out my avatar and tapping into higher frequencies, not going back and forth and relapsing on the food, because there's times where I literally see my reality aligning into a high frequency, and then I break all the progress energetically by stepping into that lower reality once more and changing my timeline into a lower frequency timeline by once again re-eating these toxic energies, these energies that destroy I from the inside out. But one, I can attract money in abundance to I. There are many different ways to sustain yourself in this system. But to be honest, I really want to break away from this system, you feel me? Fully. Like, that's my whole point. I'm trying to say that if I understand how horrible these corporations are, if I understand what fast food is and what it's doing to my community and all this shit that goes on behind the scenes, all the foul workings of these corporations, of how they're destroying the planet, slave labor, horrible shit they're doing all across the globe. The whole system itself, which profits itself off the back of billions of people in extreme poverty, suffering all across the globe. If I understand these corporations are designed to kill us and they're destroying our whole planet, if I understand that me putting my soul into this matrix is keeping this system going, a system that's an illusion, that's an artificial construct on my planet. I feed my life force to this system if I work a job in this matrix. There's a reason you gotta sign all those documents now. Almost no one really reads it. I didn't either. But you're signing soul contracts. The same way when you sign contracts and you go to when you're a rapper and you sign to the labels, y'all know how every job you work, you gotta sign contracts, right? Every time you get a new job too, like every single time, you gotta go through the process. Because you need to consent. You need to consent. Free will. Most of us, if not all of us in the system, are consenting. We don't have to work in the system. If any of us really believe in that God they give to us in any form, whether it be the white sky daddy that they gave my species to mentally rape us, to pacify us and never tap into our inner self, whether it be any other form of God that you can tap into. If you actually believe in God, then the first thing you should believe and should understand before anything else is that you aren't even your body. You're the soul and or spirit within the body. How are you even going to go to heaven? You don't take your body to heaven. If you believe any of that shit they told you. That's how you can tell most of these people don't really believe that shit. They cling on to here. Like this is the only thing that exists. They can talk a good talk, but let them be threatened in any type of way. And then they'll snap back into like fighting for this life like it's all they have out of a state of fear. Protecting their physical possessions, this material realm they're in. Most people pray to the government and their landlord. That's their real lord, their landlord, and so on and so forth, more than they even believe in whatever higher power they claim to believe in. If you believe there's a God that made this planet, why would you want to participate in a system that's destroying God's greatest creation? Nature. You feel me? I would say nature is God's greatest creation. This whole planet, all forms of life that come from nature. So we're included. The planet itself is being destroyed by this horrible system. I think this system is Satan. They pray to God, all right, but their God isn't our God. Their God is Satan, Zeus. If you want to call him by his real name, strip him of all his power and any false fucking title, any little man-made, any made-up title he wants to hide behind. I was about to say man-made, I'm just so used to saying that whenever I talk about artificial shit. But those nicknames are just his nicknames, so it's not even necessarily artificial. It's just Satan isn't even his real name. His real name is Zeus. And if you understand where I come from, where I talk about how I say theory right now, right? I'm going to say theory. I'm building a theory. However, this theory is aligned to trying to find the real truth. So it's only a theory because I have not fully proven it without evidence of a doubt. But the way I'm seeing it and the way everything is aligning, and the more I look into the realm and what everything is, when I open up my mind, the true name of this planet is Planet Kai. My ancestors were giants. The original beings of this planet are all carbonated, neuromelanated. What's in so-called Black/Latino skin is carbon. We are plant-based beings, for lack of better terminology. Really, we are plants ourselves. We have the same cells, the same genetics as the plants. And this is why in higher states, unpolluted, when we are in nature and we metamorphosize into our true natural form, we feed on the sun, the air, the soil, the same way everything on our planet does. Everything on our planet feeds from the sun, the air, the soil, except one thing. These human beings, made in the image of who? Allah. Arm, leg, arm, head. The God physique. This is what I mean by every religion comes from a a source of truth, true spiritual knowledge, but it's been corrupted over generations, over time, and becomes something completely opposite to what it came from. But it still contains spiritual truths within these contorted religions of oppression, so as to steer lost souls to these religions by using the same spiritual truths they originate from before they fell and became something they're not. The same way religions fell in frequency from the original source of true spiritual knowledge is the same way the gangs fell in frequency from the true source of powerful collective groups of unity and power, and our people getting together, and then they fell in frequency and became what you see the gangs as today. The same way music fell in frequency. Hip-hop started as a revolutionary, intellectual, thought-provoking, against the system thing. Now it's been completely switched into something that's used as a tool by the system to poison the minds of the youth and the whole masses and our people. I'm trying to say that you can see the real living examples of how frequency falls from a higher state. And then you can apply this to how overall, on a whole general scale, our people have fallen in frequency greatly over so-called time, if you want to put it like that. Ashe.
Or whatever. So like sometimes I'll get very busy and like be like, oh yeah, I need to eat something or whatever. But that's typically what it looked like in the beginning. And then like I said, I started juicing, and now I feel like I juice more than I eat like whole fruits, just because it's easier and quicker. But now, like, because we're in watermelon season, and we just did the 3-day watermelon island, which I completed, because I was hoping that, like, you know, we would do it in the midst of the 90 days, because I was like, after, but so yeah, I've been eating and drinking a lot of watermelon juice currently. I laid off of the grapes because I honestly just got like tired of eating
Yeah.
grapes a lot. So I haven't really been
Bro, I
eating
can't
those,
get
but
tired of
like
eating grapes.
still consuming
Big grapes, huh?
smoothies. Like I'll do like actually like figured out a trick to make it easier and to make my smoothies like really good. So like if I have like leftover juice, I'll instead of using water, I'll just use the juice that I made and like mix it in with my smoothie. So like that's really good. I'll do that. Like I've been to the Asian market, like per your, experience and so I went to the Asian market. I've had soursop. A local guy here in my town,
Really good.
he was selling soursops. I got one of those from him, which was really good. But yeah, I basically like have just been eating just whole fruit and just going to wherever I can find them, and making sure I stay stocked up. So
That's important, being prepared. And have the people around you in your life been supportive, or have they been like, this is crazy, Mari, what are you doing?
actually, I was so worried about that because I was going for such a long period of time. I find that like obviously like majority of people in the world do not do this. So you can be met with like criticism and ridicule and as I was worried about that at first, but I was so, like I said, I was tired and was just like, this is about me. I can't really worry about, how everyone else is going to think. And in my mind, and I think I remember like writing and asking questions about this, like how people handle this too in Club Raw or whatever. And people were like, listen, you just got to like think about yourself and that this is your journey and for you. And so after that, like, I feel like because I had the mentality that I wasn't going to allow anyone to really like deter me from it, everyone was on board. Like literally, like nobody has given me grief. Nobody has really said anything like
look.
me.
It's an internal relationship. If you have doubt within yourself, that doubt will manifest in your external reality as people having doubt in you. If you have full confidence in what you do, that manifests over your reality, and then you have people who are fully supporting you. That makes sense because your external is a reflection of your internal. Ashay.
Or anything out of the way. Like my mom even started juicing. Like she literally paid me to make like a 7-day juice cleanse for her.
I love that.
Big extra plug. My bad, y'all. I keep pausing it, but hey. Yeah. For those who know, though.
See, that shows, they say people feel about us what we feel and think about ourselves.
Yeah.
You had the attitude, like, I'm in this, I'm doing it for me. And maybe if you had been more like scared, what do people think? What are they going to think? Maybe people would have felt that energy and then reflected that back to you.
I think so. And I mean, like I said, like I was a little worried about that in the beginning, but deep down, I was just like, listen, I can't care because like I can't care. Because this is my life, it's my body, it's my health. And at the end of the day, what I have personally...
You feel me? You're the one who got to be in your body. If you know what you're doing in your own self, no one knows you better than you, bro. No one's even in yourself. They don't know what the fuck's going on in your body, bro. That's like someone trying to know how to handle fucking... whatchamacallit. I'm trying to think of a good example, bro. Like, that's like fucking... I'm trying to think, bro. I was gonna say a car, like if you're driving a car, bro, and you know how your car handles certain shit, you know how to drive that car. But that's not a good example. I'm trying to think of something but it's like, if you feel me? Like, you're inside of it. It belongs to you. No one's gonna know it better than you. You feel me? It's like a better example. It's like if you created something, you're the inventor, and someone's trying to tell you about your invention. Bro, I'm the one who invented this shit. How you gonna tell me, bro? Like, if I'm inside myself, I know my thoughts. I'm in me the most, so I'm gonna know me the most. You know what I'm saying? better than anyone else. And if you let anyone else outside of you, most of the people be speaking from their ass anyway. Like, if you knew the real frequency they were speaking from behind their words, most of people don't even really believe what they're saying as much as you put the energy into what they say. We put more energy into what people say than they put energy into what they say. Because when you hear someone, you hear it. But as the person speaking, most people don't remember their own words like that. They don't hold on to their own words like that. You know what I'm saying? Because when you're speaking to someone else, to them, you're in their reality. So the things that are in your reality are the things you're paying attention to outside of you. So someone who's speaking to you, you're listening to them, you're observing them, but you're not observing yourself. So you're not storing that in your memory in the same way that you're observing and really paying attention to what someone else is saying. But that person who's talking, inside their body, they're paying attention to you. They hear themselves, but you get what I'm saying? They're not over here. Like, you get what I'm trying to say? Like, so a lot of the time, people be speaking from these false spirits because they'll have these a spirit will be like, because I'm a soul, right? As souls, we can have spirits that wash over us. And even as spirit beings, like someone who only has a spirit, they're much more greatly influenced by spirits. And then they're basically heavily influenced by souls, right? And then that you can break that down to understand why certain people are so influenced by so-called black culture. We always hear stories about the biggest people at these concerts, and the people who buy mixtapes and stuff the most don't even be who you get what I'm saying? It'd be these white boys and shit. You get what I'm trying to say? You get what I'm trying to say? Because human beings only have a spirit. This is why they're so influenced by us. This is why they can't create. They can be inspired, but they can't create because the soul is creation. Now, a human being has the ability to gain a soul, and they have the ability to tune into life to be able to create. But they just have to do the work to tune into life because they aren't naturally in tune with life. Human beings are not naturally connected to everything around them, but they have the ability to tap in, just like everything else has the ability to rise and fall. You feel me? So we have to get things into set structure. Again, human beings are white people made in the image of so-called blacks, Latinos, which are the indigenous beings of this planet. Every culture, every root of every place around the map originates with so-called black and Latino and indigenous people of all forms. Carbonated beings. So, within that being said, you can have a spirit step into, which basically is like an energy that washes over you. This is why they'll say you got the spirit of something, like you feel me? You feel the spirit in the air. You feel me? Or he had high spirits. You feel me? Like, you get what I'm saying? Like a spirit could be the spirit of depression, the spirit of this negative energy, the spirit of this, the spirit of that. You feel me? The spirit of a general environment, and then it washes over you. Or just when people, when people start acting weird when other people come around, those be people they be getting spirits on them. All of a sudden they got a different look on their face when someone else is in the room. They look like a whole different person. Their facial expressions, the way they act, they got a different spirit in them. Think I'm playing though. Think I'm just saying shit. You feel me? So word.
Notice because I witnessed so many people, young and old, get sick and pass away from, eating unhealthily or substances and things like that. And I've just never wanted that for myself. Like, the most I've done, in terms of things that are more harmful is like smoking cigarettes at one point, which I will, that's not for me. You know what I mean? I wised up, obviously. But the food can be just as bad too. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
For me, I think like with food, people write it off. It's like, well, it's just food. You know what I mean? But like, if you're steady eating fast food and you don't feel good.
Peace, Jam Yang. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Jam, peace, reflection.
And you can't think clearly, and then you're starting to develop all of these diseases and diabetes. Like, I just don't want that. Like, I don't want that for myself. So for me, when I was, kind of getting anxious about the fact that, like, oh yeah, people might think I'm weird for this, or like, they might say, like, out of the way things to me. I kind of was just like, you kind of just have to not care and really focus in on what is right for you. So it's been great. Everyone around me has been supportive. My coworkers
Good.
have been supportive as well. My boyfriend, he's been very supportive. So
Good. It sounds like it's been overall positive, right? Has there been any negatives?
in terms of like the fasting aspect, or just
Anything? Yeah.
well, no, like I said, like I have had like some personal things happen. Like I lost my cat. I think you
That's
remember?
right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I know she has not returned. I know, and I was very upset, obviously, as we could imagine, because she was less than 1 year old. So like I hadn't had her for that long, and she like got out. And so, like I said, emotionally, that took a toll on me, obviously. But because I was so determined that like I'm not allowing anything to take me off of this path and like make me go back down my old path, and I really wanted to hit my goal. I just I wouldn't want to say fought through it, but I just allowed myself to feel and not numb, the pain of losing her. Yeah, with other foods. So
sorry that happened. Hopefully, you never know. You still might get her back, right?
I know. I really do hope she comes back. Like people say, like
Me too.
that they come back, but well, I guess we'll see.
Yeah. Well, at least you have a positive attitude. Maybe you handled the situation better than if you'd been on like cookout food and crap food, right?
Yeah. And that's what I mean. Like, I really do. I think that like if I was still eating the way that I was eating, like I just would have spiraled somehow, and just continue to like stuff the emotions down. Which I realized, like obviously now, like having gone this long on fruit, I realized like how much I was doing that. Just from like maybe I'm not happy with certain aspects of my life, so like I'm just gonna ignore them and I'm gonna eat, like, you know what I mean? And now, like I said, those are the breakthroughs that I feel like I'm starting to have, where it's just like, and like even more confidence in tackling those things versus like when I was eating Cookout and Dairy Queen and all those other things. Like my mental wasn't clear enough, and my body and my nervous system wasn't clear enough either for me to like effectively handle and tackle those things, if that makes sense.
That makes sense. Yeah. And did you exercise on the fast at all too?
Yes, I have been exercising. I won't say like heavily. I feel like it's kind of been moderate, but I guess that's subjective too. But like I saw you with your weighted vest, which I have been wanting to get a weighted vest like since last year and just have been putting it off. And then like once I started on the cleanser and everything, and then I saw you with your weighted vest, I quickly ordered one. So now like I walk every day with my weighted vest at least 30 minutes to an hour. Usually it's over 30 minutes. And then I've been using weights and everything too, doing sit-ups, things like that. And I'll go to the gym here and there. Like, ironically, when I was eating my Cookout and everything, I actually was in the gym a lot. Like, I lifted weights a lot. Like, and there have been times like last year, like let's say there's like 4th of July coming up or things like that. Like I would do like raw until 4. Like I remember doing that before because it's like, oh, we're going to the beach. Okay, like let me kind of try to get in shape like really quickly. You know what I mean? So I would do like raw till 4, go to the gym, walk, and then like I said, like after that, because usually for 4th of July, you're eating burgers and things like, and then you just fall right back off. And that's the cycle that I have been in. So, like, ironically, before, you know, I had gone on Only Fruit, like, I was going and lifting weights, like, a lot. So I do have experience, you know, with that. So now that I've done this, it's kind of like, okay, like, I want to get back into lifting weights and everything like that, because I'm very inspired by, like, Scott Bernhardt and Dr. Elizabeth and Chef Yvette. So, yeah.
Amazing. And, okay, some people think too much blood sugar. Has this ever come up for you? Like, you know, so much fruit. Has this been an issue or no?
Not really. I will say, like, let's say I go a long time during the day without eating and just get busy with work or something, that I kind of felt like shaky, which I know is a form of, like, blood sugar or whatever. So I tried to be mindful about that, you know, and making sure that I was eating enough or consuming enough calories and things like that, which there is a quote unquote history of diabetes and things in my family, which is another reason why I'm so adamant about doing this and making sure that, like, that's not going to be an issue for me. Just because, like, I want to live a long time. I want to be able to still drive and still, you know what I mean? Like, I've seen so many people, especially in the South, like, because you live in North Carolina, so I'm sure that you've seen that, like, pretty much everything is just not super healthy here. You know, there's, like, a few select places usually in the South where you can get even a really good salad or anything. You know, and then even, like, where I'm from, it's extremely small, like an extremely small city. There's no juice places. There's, like, you know, you can get salads here and there, but, like, usually the base of the salad is, like, fried chicken and, like, you know, and, like, things like that. Like, there's always, like, a new chicken spot opening up and things, like, there's not a Sweetgreen, there's not a, you know, nothing. So,
I get it.
Yeah.
Same here. I just eat out. I just eat at home, like, all the time here.
Yeah, and that's pretty much what I'm gonna have to do, and just really prioritize that, because I mean, there's ways around it, obviously, when you're in a pinch, but I've also learned from doing this that, like, it's better to be prepared than not. And I think, like, going this long too, which is why I wanted to do this, like, you really build the habits of preparation. And I think that also has started to trickle down within other areas of my life as well, because now I know how to prepare for other things, you know, that I want to do or that I'm doing in life. And so I'm very grateful for that, you know, as well, because I prepare a lot now, like, you know, having done this. So.
And do you remember how long it took you to feel good, like, in the beginning?
Maybe the first week. Like, it was pretty fast. Like, I think after the first week, like, I realized, like, oh snap, like, I'm really happy. Like, I was very smiley, like I am now. You know, and usually before, like, I'm like,
really? Wow, crazy,
oh my
right?
Gosh, yeah, like, honestly, yes. Like, I would be very just, like, groggy and just, like, over it, you know. And now it's like, yeah.
What are you going to do after? What's next?
Next, first of all, in the beginning, I really wanted to commit to a full year of raw. And I'm gonna try so super hard to stay that way. But I think bare minimum, I'm definitely doing high raw. Like, bare minimum. Just because I know, like, how good I can feel, you know, and I also feel like even just having done the 90 days, like, it still doesn't feel like enough. Like, I feel like I can feel even better somehow, and that I'm just, like, hitting the tip of the iceberg having done this, if that makes any sense. Like, it just feels like, no, there's another level to this. And so I really want to see that. So for me, like, that's my priority, is just, like, staying as high raw as possible. I'm definitely not jumping into anything other than raw right away, because obviously like I've been, eating nothing but fruit for 3 months. So like, I'll break my fast with like a salad, something light, and, just go from there. But like, that is my plan, because I just feel really good. Like mentally, I don't want to go back to feeling like how I was feeling. I felt terrible.
No, you can't. This suits you. You seem so happy and high vibe. And I think you suit like the raw food life. You're going to love it. It's amazing.
Yeah, like I'm really excited. I haven't ordered like my dehydrator or anything, but I really want to get one of those. I've got like some little, I think they're called like cracker molds.
Yeah.
To make like some different things or whatever. So I'm really excited just to kind of like have fun and play around and, see what I like and see what works for me, given my schedule. But that's why I'm really happy to be in Club Raw, because the people in there are phenomenal. Like, they're so supportive. And I also feel like can return the favor and like be supportive of them. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm really, like I said, I'm so grateful to you. Absolutely, 100%. Like, first of all, you are one of my heroes. I know I was mentioning like the other people like from the rock community, but like you are just hands down. Like I said, I'm very grateful, and it's a very surreal feeling to like be on this interview with you, because
and we're grateful to you, to come on and share. Yeah. And being such a light, and you're just like, your happiness is just contagious, we can't help but smile when you're smiling.
Yeah.
Speaking of smiling, speaking of the teeth, so I did 7 days only fruit, and I felt so good. Like, I loved it. I felt like, okay, now I can see why people do this. But I started to think, will it damage my teeth if I do it like a long time? Like, have you had any dental sensitivity or problems on like 90 days, or overall it's been okay?
No, I haven't had any dental sensitivity. I will say, like, sometimes they do feel a little fuzzy, just a little bit, like, after I've eaten a lot. But I do realize that, like, maybe I wasn't, because I've seen that, like, people suggest that you drink water after, like, if you're going to if you're going to have, like a fruit juice or something like that, which I've been consuming a lot of, to, like, drink water after and, like, kind of swish out your mouth. And I did neglect to do that because I didn't know that I was supposed to. So that might have something to do with it. I've always had like dental issues, unfortunately. So.
And you drink water in general on the cleanse though, right? Because some people, they don't drink water too, but do you drink water?
I did, but not heavily.
Yeah.
I'll say. Like, majority of everything was just me eating the fruit whole, or just like having fruit juice. And like sometimes if I feel like, okay, I like some water, then I'll have it just there. But for the most part, honestly, like I'd be hydrated to where I didn't want water. And also water kind of tastes gross now. It does.
And you're drinking some fruit juices and stuff, to like some liquids, right?
Oh, yeah. Like I said, after...
when I go long enough eating only fruits and shit, like I was saying earlier, like I was juicing, drinking only like organic orange juice, not from concentrate, like no water in it and shit, just pure fruit juice, you feel me? Which is H3O2. And like when you switch to that, you get way deeply hydrated to a level, like way more hydrated to a point where when you drink water feels like it's just passing through you. Water feels empty, bland, and stale, to be honest, you feel me? Compared to the fruit juice, you feel me? So
I kind of
like also you eat not even just juices, like you eat the juice in the fruit. Like when you eat an apple, when you eat an orange and it's organic, you can drink and eat the juice, the water in the fruit, you feel me?
I fixed my juicer, and I started juicing like a lot, like all types of different juices and everything like that, and they hydrate me. Like, they are, of course, electric. So like, especially after I have those, like my energy level is like, I notice like goes up like very high.
Yeah.
Something else that I noticed that I didn't talk about when you were asking like what my day-to-day looked like with eating fruit is that I don't know if you experienced this when like before you were raw, but with pineapple, in like back in the day, like when I would have pineapple, it would itch my throat. So like I stopped just having pineapple, even though I like it, but like it would make my throat scratchy. The first time I had pineapple after like being only on raw, I didn't do it anymore.
That's crazy.
Yeah, like being on fruit and everything, and I was shocked. Like I was so shocked. I was just like, oh my goodness, like this isn't happening anymore. And like it was a lot of things like that kind of happened that I was like, oh.
Wow.
Yeah.
And what's the most common question you get from people about this?
I mean, I've gotten like, oh, why? Like,
Oh, yeah.
like it'll be like, why would you do that? Like, you know.
Yeah.
So I've gotten that. I've gotten, like just like, oh, like, you know, like I said, like a lot of people have just been like positively curious. Like I said, it hasn't been any negativity or like,
Good.
you know how sometimes like when you're on raw or, you know, when you're fasting and things, like people can ask you questions, but you can kind of pick up the vibe that they're being a little facetious or they're being, you know, it wasn't any of that. So like, I feel like I've just gotten like questions out of curiosity, like, okay, well, how long are you going to go? And like, what are you eating? And, you know, what are you going to do after? Like, you know, so more so like that in there. And like, people will be like, well, do you feel okay? Like, you feel, and I'll be like, yeah, like, you know, so pretty much that, like just general, I feel like general basic questions, like nothing really sticks out in my mind that's like been repeated.
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah.
And did you take any supplements or herbs?
No, I did not. I started to take some herbs, but I was so just like focused on continuing and hitting my goal and, you know, just the day-to-day like life aspect that I never really got around to it. But I've taken herbs in the past. I'm not like remiss, you know, to having herbs being regimented into my life. So it's definitely something. Yeah, it's definitely something that, and like sea moss, like I need to get support. Like I've done. Like I said, I am the type of person that like I've been studying health for such a long time. Like I know you said you discovered Dr. Sebi, and then like you went wrong. Like I learned about him, like Karen Calabrese, Annette Larkins, you know, and that's honestly how I found you because I was researching.
Dr. Sebi cool, but y'all know Dr. Layla Africa, Yakia Wakem, Infinite Waters. He used to be cool when he used to talk a lot more about the fruits and stuff. Like not his spiritual, and when he's just talking about vibration and energy vampires and whatever the fuck you be talking about. Infinite Waters, when he talks about the fruits though and being plant based, that should be good. Let's see, who else? Fucking I don't know how I'm blanking, bro. But there's so many people. Bro, that you can tap into.
Or Fully Raw Christina as well. And then like you popped up one day and I was like, wow, she interviews all these people. Like I love her. Like, you know. Actually, I might have found you before that too. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I think, you know why? The reason why I found you is because I was doing the grape cure. I was interested in the grape cure because I had heard about it. And when I got on YouTube and looked it up, you were the first video that came up, and I think you had just done it.
I did. I think I did 21. I did 21 or 28 days on Only Grapes. That was a good cleanse too. That's a good cleanse when they're in season.
Bro, I want to do like a only fucking I could do a grape. I could do give me all black grapes, all red grapes. I don't really need the green grapes. Give me like dark blue. Give me purple grapes, bro. You feel me? The grapes are so good. All organic, bro. You feel me? I can do that. I'm not gonna hold you. I could do a fucking.
I feel like when the grapes are in season, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Do you think there's any other benefits we missed? How was your sleep? Was your sleep better or no?
I think my sleep was better. I will say, like, sometimes I would have a little bit of insomnia.
Mm.
And I don't necessarily know if it...
Nah, I don't know what she talking about. The sleep is so good when you're on it, bro. When I'm eating only fruits and plants, bro, it's not insomnia. It's just I don't need to sleep as much because my body is cleansing all that waste. You know, you only need to sleep to cleanse out waste and rebuild the body and shit. But if you're not filled with all that junk and waste, you don't need to sleep as much. You got way more energy. You're way more alert. I know that from firsthand experience. But also when you do sleep, it's way more regenerative. It feels like you're actually sleeping. You feel me? Like, it gets better and better the deeper you go. All the benefits get better and better the further you go eating only fruits and plants. I'll put my whole soul on that. Maybe if you're fucking 100% German and fucking like British and shit, that might not be the case. But like, and I'm talking like ethnically, not like you were born there so you call yourself British but you're really black. I'm talking about you're actually like British, like, you know what I'm trying to say, like genetically British, like, you know what I'm trying to say again, like, unless you're that, then like I was, bro, I'm gonna say like 100% go only eating fruits and plants, bro, if you can, because the feeling is beyond amazing. Like, if you didn't think there was anything divine in life, the gateway will open if you start eating. You can start, just change how you eat and only eat fruits for a day, bro, for 2 days. If you never did this before, same way it was for me when I did it the first time, it's going to be life changing. You're probably going to want to keep doing it because you're going to have never felt that way in your life. You get what I'm trying to say? I say.
Was insomnia versus, like, I'm energized, so I don't, so I can't go to sleep. Like, I think it was kind of like a mixture of that. Because I've noticed that some people will be like, well, if I have, like, a juice, like, too late at night, then they can't go to sleep. And I think, like, sometimes I would do that and, like, not be able to go to sleep. Because, like, before that, and, like, usually I get sleepy around, like, 9:30, I'm out, you know. And I pretty much go to sleep, like, fairly early, I would say. So, yeah, but, like, my sleep has been good. It's been pretty deep. I've been dreaming more so now, too. So, yeah, that's been pretty good.
Video's almost.
And I know some people, like, technically cucumbers, I think, and tomatoes and bell peppers, right, and avocados and stuff are still fruits. Did you have any of those too, or did you not do those?
The only thing I had was cucumbers. I didn't have anything else, just because I know that cucumbers are technically fruits. Also, they juice really well. Like, my favorite juice is cucumber, red apple, and ginger. Is such a good, like, refreshing juice. So, like, the times where I felt like, okay, this is getting hard, I'm having cravings, I would allow myself to have that, and because I know, like, technically this is still fruit, so, like, but the other, like, really savory fruits, I didn't really want to go down that route, you know, just because I was having cravings and stuff, and I just felt like it wasn't for me. But yeah, cucumber, it was the only thing, and like I said, I would have, like, ginger, you know, juiced into things, because I love ginger. It's like my favorite flavor to juice with or whatever.
It's so healthy and anti-inflammatory. And if you had to put the fruit fast into one word, what would it be?
Transformative. Like, yeah.
Like, I'm talking organic apple.
I really feel like I said, like,
real apple juice.
It's almost like I kind of need another challenge, or I like want to challenge myself even more now that I'm coming to the end, because it just feels like there's momentum in my life, you know, from doing this, that I don't want it to slow down. Like I said, I don't want to go backwards. I want to keep progressing in life, in my health, to see, like, how good it can get. And because I know, like, it's starting to trickle down into every other area in my life. And I know you've talked about that before too, and countless other people who've experienced this have spoken about it as well. So
Well, good job, Mari. I'm proud of you. You're just glowing, radiating like all positive vibes. I love it. I just feel like what a positive 90 days you've had. If there's anything you think we missed, then let us know, or any words of inspiration, or like anything for anybody who wants to start this, any advice. And then also let everybody know where they can find you if you're on social media.
yeah, one thing we didn't talk about that I think I put in Club Raw is that like so when I was a teenager, I found like a small cyst in one of my breasts.
Oh, no.
And I went to go get it checked out, and they were like, yeah, it's just a cyst, like it's benign, like you can get it removed or you can keep it. And so because I was afraid and I was a teenager, I was like, I don't want to have surgery. Like I'm not gonna get it removed. I'll just deal with it or whatever. And that has caused, I feel like, a lot of health anxiety.
Just the way that it's just it says benign though, so that means it's not cancerous, but still, you can just keep it. It's crazy. Imagine a doctor found a tumor inside you, and they're like, it's pretty deadly. You feel me? Like you have like 5 months to live probably, and like we could take it out, or you could just keep it. Like if you want to do that. That should be crazy. You could just keep the tumor, even though that's not what they're saying. I'm gonna say that's crazy.
Within me too, knowing that it's there because I could feel it.
Mm-hmm.
There was a point in time, I can't remember how long into being on fruit that I didn't feel it anymore.
Wow, crazy. That's
Yeah,
insane, right? That's amazing.
That. It is.
That's just confirmation for you that it was you did the right thing for clients,
that's
right?
another thing. Like I would have when you PMS and things like that, like you get like breast pain and things like that. Like my periods have not been terrible at all.
Mm-hmm.
They've been really good. No nothing like that. No PMS symptoms really that are like horrible. But those things that I used to like have a lot of anxiety about, I no longer do, because I know that like being on fruit, is going to heal those things. So it's been very, very, very healing for me in that regard. So I just wanted to mention that in case anyone else is like, any other woman is like going through that, And then what were your other questions?
I was going to ask you any advice for anybody who, even if they want to do a shorter one, because a lot of people just want to do like a few days or like a week for a class. Any advice or like, any advice?
Yeah, I say it sounds cliche, but just go for it. Like if you are feeling like how I was feeling and you're feeling, sad or unfocused and just feel like you need a change and you want to get better in life and you want to better your health, like I say go for it. I did, like before this, I was kind of like already cutting out some stuff because like I said, I've cleansed before, so I know it's harder to like eat a hamburger and then just do all fruit the next day. So I kind of had already started cutting, like, slowly cutting everything out. So like if that helps someone.
Cut out the meat, cut out the eggs, cut out the heavier shit, and then you keep them, you feel me? Because like the way I see this, I try to go fully fruits, but if I'm also cutting shit out while striving to be only fruits, if I go back to eating regular food, I'm only going back to certain foods that overall is getting closer and closer to being fully fruits. So overall, I'm cleansing out my diet overall and removing the way heavier toxins from the meat, from the soda, from the way heavier processed things, you feel me? That's it.
And they can do that. I do suggest like kind of weaning away and then, hopping into only fruit. But if you're the type of person that you can do cold turkey and you know what I mean? Because I've done cold turkey before as well. Everyone's different, but I just say honestly go for it and start with like give yourself like a week.
Yeah, good idea.
See how you feel, because I feel like after a week you really notice a difference. Honestly, after like, and I'm sure you notice after that first like 3 days, you feel so much better and like so much clearer and lighter. Like I feel just like my body feels light.
Yeah, what a
No.
cellular cleanse you've had, now to
Yeah.
take on the healthy food because you put in so much work. So I'm excited to see what's next for you. And you're amazing. This has been amazing. Thank you for your time. Thank you for coming on. And where can everybody find you? And I'll link it down below if they want to find you, or if you want to be private too, that's okay.
No, okay, so all of my social media is Mari the Creative, so it's Mari the Creative.
Okay, perfect. And I'll link that down below. And thank you, Mari.
My fucking neck, I got a rash from the back of my neck. That's why I keep itching. For those of y'all wondering why the fuck I keep. I'm like, when I fucking go fully fruits and shit, that shit heals. But when I eat the regular food, my fucking skin gets all itchy and shit. I be breaking out. Like, there's all types of things that flare up now when I eat the regular food that just, it's like immediate response from my body showing me how toxic and acidic and nasty the food is. Versus when I eat the fruits, it's literally reversing it, it's healing it, it's cleansing my body. Whole different energy, you feel me? So I literally feel it in my body. Fuck what people telling me, I literally feel it and see it in my body. Even though before that, I was already super tapped in and already literally, but I'm saying now, like, literally on my body, in my body, immediate response from eating the food, I can tell it's toxic. When I eat the food after cleansing my body, I also, like, my whole brain, my whole fucking awareness, my whole consciousness, I go in like a coma. I slump, like I get, like my whole body crashes, my mind crashes, bro. Like, it's such a fucking drain and such a, like, blatant toxic reality that the fact that most people live in it and think it's normal, and then they'll attack people who become aware of it. It's like, how do y'all not feel what we feel? Y'all don't feel that nasty ass disgusting feeling when y'all eating all that junk? Even though I ate it my whole life, I always felt disgusting. Especially when I ate the sugary candy, like, bro, and the heavy meats and shit, bro. And all the sodas and juices, bro. That shit was so nasty. Think about how much junk we all put in our bodies, bro. All those Skittles and Starburst we ate, that shit ain't get out our body. That shit is still in us. That shit never, you feel me? Like, all those M&Ms and shit. Those gunky, nasty, sloggy ass, groggy ass, gunky ass, nasty ass food, bro. It's the truth. It's gunky. Gunky, ew.
Love you so much. And Mari,
I love you.
You guys come join Club Rod. It's amazing private health community that helps you live a better, healthier life. Helps you just feel good how you're meant to feel, not feel like crap. So come join us. I'll put that down below. And I'll put another great, it's Stacy from Club Raw. She came on. She did a fruit cleanse too. That was a very good video too. So I'll put that on the screen right now. Go check that out too. And we love you guys. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Bye.
Alright, y'all, where? So, hold up. Hold up, y'all, hold up. Gosh. I think I might do one more short video. You feel me? And then I'm gonna tap out. But I appreciate everyone. Like a 10-minute video. I might do like a 10 or 20-minute video. About fruit on the same topic. Just because I'm in the vibe or in the frequency, we might as well keep it going now while we're already at it. And then I'll hop off, you feel me? Keep building the frequency for a little bit. Stay in this energy bubble. Ooh. Y'all see my timeline, bro. Y'all see the type of shit I be watching, bro. Y'all see. You'll see. Hold up. But so, nah, yeah, I want something short. I got all these long ass videos and shit. Long ass videos and shit. Let's see if there's a short one we can watch real quick on Gillian's channel. This is the same channel we was just watching. Hold on. Bruh. Oh, come on, dude. There isn't anything. All this short shit is all like cooking and shit. I want like a. Okay, wait, nah, I don't. That shit an hour long. I was about to click on this one. That shit an hour long. Bro, okay, we're gonna have to look at something else because all these shits are mad long. You feel me? We're not trying to watch all that long ass shit. You feel me? It's like no, they stop. Long ass shit is crazy. It's not shit, but you get what I'm trying to say. Y'all get what I'm trying to say. The emerald tablets are tough. 90 days. Wow. Wow. We might have to just end it here. You feel me? Let's find something. Let's see what he's talking about. Right?
These so-called quote-unquote detox plans, you go buy some detox tea, and while you're taking a detox tea, a little later go to KFC or Burger King. There are some people who do the detox in a very structured way, and they will come for a consultation first, and then we design the detox specifically to suit their needs. It doesn't mean it is so-called quote-unquote detox plans. You go buy some detox tea, and while you're taking a detox tea, a little later go to KFC or Burger King. There are some people who do the detox in a very structured way, and
that's what I be doing. That's where I fuck up. Out over here, I'll eat fruits for however long, and I'll eat some bullshit. I won't eat fast food, but I'll eat some bullshit, and I'll fuck up on my progress.
we'll come for a consultation first, and then we design the detox specifically to suit their needs. It doesn't mean they can't eat while they're drinking the juices, you know. In fact, most people can eat, it's just that they can't eat the chicken and the fish or the things which are going to lay heavy burdens on the digestive system, because detoxification is based on putting aside the digestive system or toning it down so that we can use the energy that's normally allocated towards digestion, towards immune enhancement.
Right.
So it's an energy trade-off. That's what happens. So if you're eating, heavy foods and so on, which burn the digestive system, it's kind of like trying to sweep some garbage through the back door while somebody else is sweeping it through the front door, into the front door. It doesn't work. So similarly, these so-called quote-unquote, with respect, detox plans, which you go buy some detox tea and, while you're taking a detox tea, you can a little later go to KFC or you respect KFC or Burger King, you respect Burger King.
This video is sponsored by Maroon Productions. We help brands grow through strategic video, design, and content that attracts attention, builds trust, and converts. Visit maroonproduction.com to learn more.
It doesn't work, and this is why people used to fast. Fasting is an elementary, basic form of detoxification. And detoxification is also a process that calls on us naturally when we are not well. If you look at the dog, for example, the dog, when it's sick, stops eating. And in fact, most people only recognize that the dog is sick when the dog stops eating the food, right? And then if you follow that dog will go out there into nature and start munch on the bushes. And that's where herbs come in. Herbs are the most concentrated.
Ass shit. I'll take a deep ass hit, my bad. But nah, that shit's true, because I remember when I was really young, I was like 5 or 6, and I got really sick, and I didn't want to eat anything. My mom said I should eat. And overall, it's like over time you build that habit. So you override your body's natural response to being sick, because we're told we should eat to be strong when we're sick. Like most of us, we might know not to eat the heavier shit. Damn. We might know not to eat the heavier shit, but what will we eat? Graham crackers. We'll eat those little, you know, we'll drink ginger ale. That's the craziest shit. When people drink ginger ale, a soda, thinking it's gonna heal them. That shit don't got real ginger in it. Ginger ale, like 200 years ago, was real. It was a herbal remedy. My bad, yo. My lungs are all types of fucked, and my body's still inflamed because I've been eating bullshit, and I need to get myself right. That's part of the reason we're on here, to motivate ourselves. I want to make this a portal for anyone to tap into, to tune into high frequencies. You know how we're on this internet and it's a distraction for any of us who are on our journey? A lot of us, we come on here, but we're really looking for somewhere where we can find community, find high vibration, find people who are on this frequency, and it can feed our souls. Somewhere good to go, a good channel with good energy, where they're talking about things that actually matter, high knowledge. That's why I want this to be. You feel me? So that's why I'm manifesting as well. I want to go on a fast deeper than even just eating only fruits. I want to go on a fast, and I want to go on a fast for manifesting this channel to what I want it to be, you feel me? And that way I can get all the downloads from source, from the Most High, telling I all the things I should do, the different, things I could create, all types of stuff. I began all types of information when I go fully fruits. I began so much energy to create and do different things, you feel I? So word. But fuck, what was the last thing he said? I done lost my train of thought. Let's rewind it. I was saying something, I forgot.
When the dog stop eating the food, right? And then if you follow that dog,
Yeah, when I got sick. So yeah, it's like over time you override your body's natural response to being sick. You feel me? Like when you, if y'all really think about it, I'm sure a lot of y'all might say the same. When y'all were younger and y'all think about the first times y'all used to get sick, it's like now the body doesn't even get as sick as it used to be because it's so numb to the toxins. But when we were younger, think about all those times you were getting sick, and if you reshape your perspective of where the disease is coming from, where the sickness is coming from, because disease is just sickness that's been manifested long enough over time to create a disease. Your body was sick long enough to where it becomes a disease in that part of the body, wherever you were sick at, wherever you got the most toxins at, right? But if you reshape where you're looking at the sickness of where it's coming from, if you reshape where it's coming from in your eyes and you look at it as coming from the food, everything looks a lot different, doesn't it? It's like when you were younger and you were getting dog sick as a kid, you realize it was from eating all this horrible shit, and your body was a lot cleaner. Your organs functioned, your organs were cleaner, or your body was actually functioning as a kid. But society was doing everything to steer you wrong as a kid, trapping you indoors, shutting you inside, staring at the TV, pumping you full of toxins. Even in school, sitting in a room, staring at a book, raising your hand, no energy, no life. All robotic, structured, follow orders, fit the algorithm, programming. When you're supposed to be out in a field, free, running around, full of life, having fun, experimenting, figuring out what you like, figuring out what life is, out in the sun, out in real energy. All types of stuff, you feel me? Like, this society is so backwards, bro. I want people to call me weird, because if I'm weird, that means I'm not normal. And what is this world? Normal. What is this society that's killing nature? Normal. Eating dead bodies is normal. Y'all call it meat. When you go long enough not eating meat and you look at people who eat dead bodies and you look at it for what it is, I can't believe people aren't associating the rotten dead carcass on the ground with flies swarming it and maggots and worms and parasites and the epitome, the textbook example of disease. You would think that's the most sick, like the most sickening thing. You wouldn't want to even walk near it. You would think you would get sick just by standing by it, right? But somehow you think you can take that, chop it up, put it on a pan, burn it, cook it, and eat it. That's the weirdest shit ever, bro. And the fact that you even need to do all that before you're able to eat it means you were never supposed to eat it. You couldn't do all that in nature. In nature, when we were supposedly supposed to be cavemen, if you want to believe in that shit, there was only one particular group of people who come from the caves, and my ancestors taught them. We know who now, and it's becoming very well known who was the real Neanderthals and who were the real beings of this planet that were civilized, the beacons of civilization. Mansa Musa dripped out in gold, gang, while they were over here fucking dogs and shit, killing each other and eating bodies and shit in the caves, covered in nothing, basically, just on all fours like animals. We reversed their genetics. We taught them everything they know. Y'all understand exactly who I'm talking about, these human beings, so-called white people and all their variants. You feel me? So within that being said, the more you cleanse out your body, the more you're able to breathe in deeply and sustain yourself within the present moment, to sustain your energy within the relationship of everything you're interacting with, because everything is energy. So if you're receiving a lot of energy from what you're doing, you're not thinking about eating. This is what we were doing as a kid. This is what I'm getting at. As a kid, you were a lot less polluted. Your genetics were a lot less unaltered. They were a lot less altered, rather. They were a lot less altered. They were more unaltered. You feel me? It's easy to get these words mixed up. But you get what I'm trying to say? The longer you're here, the more polluted your body becomes. This is why so many people think back to being a kid and they're like, oh, I miss being a kid. It's really you missing being yourself. You missing your body functioning, your brain operating, your organs working right, being able to breathe in right, being able to run around and have fucking fun. Literally, just talking to people and having fun. We really just missed the most basic shit that should be a part of all of our life, that so many of us overlook. So many of us overlook the most basic shit nowadays. We're all sitting inside staring at these screens, bro. And I'm trying to build a good platform through it. I mean, we're all online. I'm online all the time. I might as well make a platform and make, you feel me, make something good and manifest a whole creation. I'm creating a whole platform right now. I'm creating something that's real. This is literally a real thing that's happening right now that I'm creating. You feel me? So within that being said, I'm putting my energy, all the energy I would spend watching someone, stuff that I would watch in my free time anyway, stuff that stimulates my mind. I'm basically sharing my energy with y'all, to be honest. I want to share with y'all that frequency I be on when I be tapped in. And the more I build my energy, the more y'all are going to feel all this life force pouring through the screen, pouring through the stuff we're watching, pouring through everything I'm guiding y'all towards. Y'all are going to be walking on my path with I more and more. Anyone who wants to come along this journey with I, of finding true truth of life in all forms. I am open to constantly evolve and change and adapt to the truth. If I find new truth that changes my prior, what I thought was truth, but now I understand that there is something that is truer and actual truth. Like if I was wrong in many ways, I'm always open to learn. I never know it all. No one ever knows it all. But within that being said, again, as a kid, You're super unpolluted. Your body's open. It's operating. It's functioning. And the more you eat this junk, that's where you were getting sick from. Think about it. All this mucus came and breathed through my nose. My whole life, I remember my early years, I would always have a running nose. I would always get in a cold, and I didn't know what it was from. And I realized my whole life I was suppressing it. I didn't even realize it was from all the cheese, the mucus, the nasty junk in my body the whole time. I thought the runny nose was a bad thing. I was trying to stop it the whole time. I wish I can go back to where my body was functioning enough to detox, because now all that mucus is trapped in me. It's not even coming out anymore. I have to eat fruits for weeks for it to start coming out in the way it's supposed to, and I haven't even gone long enough to really start to detox and clear out all the mucus and nasty shit. There's so much junk. I haven't even had parasites come out yet. You hear about parasite cleanses? We all got parasites in us, bro. If you've been eating meat, especially if you ever ate fast food, oh my God, I probably got so much parasites in me now that I'm thinking about it. I used to eat the most foul shit. I used to eat McChickens all the time, bro, from McDonald's. It used to be my favorite go-to. McChicken with mayonnaise. I probably got so many fucking parasites in me, bro. And the thing is, I don't even want to see them. I don't want to see them. I'm just saying I want them to get out. But so many people talk about parasite cleanses and how we got parasites in us. I mean, I used to eat bacon a lot. You know, pork has so many parasites. Any dead body, any type of meat. There's no hierarchy of what has the most parasites when we come to meat, bro. It's a dead body. Beef has parasites. You feel me? Turkey has parasites. You feel me? All that shit has parasites. So, within that being said, though, as a kid, most of us aren't even eating meat. We have to be forced to eat meat. I remember being a kid, and I would have to be forced to eat meat because I used to have to sit at the dinner table. Remember when we actually had tradition, at least a bit more than we have now, even though it was breaking down, we still had the remnants of tradition in some way, even though that shit is bullshit. There's really nothing to miss there. The tradition is what was killing us. The tradition of eating the horrible food. But I'm just saying, like, you know how much technology destroyed even us, like, sitting together and just sitting at the dinner table, bro. Like, I'm just saying basic shit that you miss within, like, us actually socializing and energizing with each other and interacting with each other. A lot of that shit got robbed by this internet and technology, bro. We're all just everyone's sitting in the same house. Everyone's sitting around each other in these neighborhoods. Most people don't even go outside. You don't even be seeing them. They all just be inside. Where is everyone? Either inside or in a car or at their job, slaving. I go outside, it's like barely anyone. People walking their dogs here and there, people walking by. It's like, where is everyone, bro? What do people be doing every day? Like what even is this system, bro? But within that being said, it's like I had to be forced to eat meat because we used to have to sit at the dinner table. And I would have to finish what I eat. We had the green beans with the corn, with the mashed potatoes. That's back when my mom used to be able to, when she used to actually cook. Nowadays, it's just everyone orders everything. It's not her, it's everyone. I'm not talking shit about you, Ma. I'm just saying back then, everyone used to cook more. And she used to actually cook. She still cooks sometimes. I'm just saying, like, it was a whole different energy back then. Sure, I was in a state of ignorance. I was eating poison. It was the things that literally caused my stomach illness over time. Little did I know, eating all them pork chops, the white rice, the yellow rice with the pork chops, you feel me? You feel me? With the mashed potatoes, you feel me? With the green beans and shit. But nah, and them pork chops always were fucking, I could barely chew them shits. Some shits take mad long to chew. I never liked pork chops. Fucking mad fucking hard as shit. Hard as fuck to chew. Take you fucking 50 minutes to fucking, I swear to God, I put it on my soul. There was one time as a kid, bro, I was in the house. We had the TV by the table. I was sitting at the table. All I wanted to do was get on the TV and play the game, but I wasn't allowed to leave the table until I finished the food. And I swear to God, bro, the one pork chop took me like an hour to eat, bro. I swear to God. I don't know what it was about. It was just though, because other pork chops weren't that OD. I'm not going to hold you, but I was like 6 or 7. It's a vivid memory, kind of. Like, I remember sitting, we used to live with someone called Ghost. my mom, like a dude my mom used to date, you feel me? And my mom dated all black men, you feel me? All black men, and then my dad was Latino and black. So she fucked with all guys, but my mom's a human being. So my body is a demigod. I was gonna say I'm a demigod, but I'm a soul in the body. My body is merely compatible with the soul I am to step into it, that which my species are, the soul, which makes us gods and goddesses before we step into these bodies, these avatars. For we are manifestations and expressions of Source itself, the Most High God, the God of gods. I'm a god because I'm an expression of God. That is what the soul is, a piece of the universe. So so-called blacks and Latinos are souls, and we have a spirit. White people are spirits, they only have a spirit. And they're animal hybrids, so they can eat dead bodies. They can eat meat. My mom can eat meat all day. She can eat cold meat out the fridge, not raw meat. I'm talking like if she made baked ziti with meat in it and then put it in the fridge and it was all cold, and she'll eat it cold. Bro, we need the heat when we eat that shit. If we are eating the junk, we need the heat. You want to know why? Ever wonder why we? Because it's already a thing of cooking our food, but it's something about when you cook the food and because vibration is heat. So as Black and Latino people, when we eat the food, when we're putting all these spices in it, then we like to make it super, super hot. We always like to cook our food and make it hot, and we eat it hot, and we don't like once it starts getting cold. And then we put it in the microwave, and even though the microwave is radiation and it's toxic, we absorb radiation. We are radiation. We are all these different chemicals and elements and nuclear. You feel me? So when we radiate our food, when it goes to blacks, Latinos, even though it's highly toxic, at the same time it has like a form of like plasma energy in it. Like it has a form of like gamma radiation, rather, should I say? Don't quote me on what the name of the energy source is. Isn't it? It could be gamma radiation. It could be plasma energy, whatever they use in those microwaves, bro, to radiate your food. It's different forms of the energy spectrum. You know how there's different forms of UV, different forms of light, different forms of sound, different frequencies. Whatever radiation is, right? Whatever the radiation is that they use in the microwaves. It's not the radiation that comes from the sun, it's the artificial radiation. However, at the same time, it's channeling the real radiation energy source from our planet and realm, which we naturally feed on and contain in our bodies as so-called blacks, Latinos, and indigenous beings of the planet. Henceforth, why we gravitate towards the microwave in the way we do. When I did eat the junk food, I used to like making my food in the microwave. It's like you have an addiction to it. Once you eat microwave foods, you crave the radiation and the particular chemical composition, the particular energy, the particular frequency in the microwave food. You crave that and you like the taste and you want that more than you want the cooked food from the oven. You get what I'm trying to say? But if you eat oven foods, then it's like you don't like the microwave food because your taste buds aren't trained to it. You don't crave that, etc., etc. Even though it's all junk, it's all bullshit. You can make meat in the oven. You can make meat in the microwave. That shit's still a dead body, bro. I'm just saying, junk is junk, no matter how you cook it. But so to wrap it all up, what I'm getting at is, I was forced to eat meat. I had to eat meat because I had to eat it. I had to sit at the dinner table and finish what I was eating. I had to eat what my mom made. You feel me? Back then, when I was a kid. Now my sister Angelique, the youngest, she don't gotta go do that. My mom orders food all the time. It's a lot looser now, a lot more lenient. Shit ain't as, you feel me? She could eat anything. We could eat anything now. People don't care anymore at all. At least they cared a little bit back in the 2000s. The 2000s was like when the shit was breaking down, but there was still a little bit of shit. You know what I'm saying? Everything was breaking down in the 2000s, but it was still kind of there. So I at least got the scraps of it. My sister, Angelique, the new generation, they're fucking growing up in this fucking internet fucking weird ass fucking TikTok brain rot, horrible food, barely any socializing, not going outside, barely. Whole different reality, bro. At least I got the scraps of the remnants of what life was before all this low vibrational ass shit, you feel me? But that's why all this shit gotta stop. That's why we gotta break through this matrix and really raise the vibration of this shit, because this shit is not it, bro. Sitting online on these phones, on technology all the time, not actually getting out and really doing real life shit. That shit is not it, bro. Like, we need to reverse this whole script of life, bro. Even though this shit isn't supposed to be a script, but they have it like a script. You know how it's like a figure of speech script of life? The fact that they even have a figure of speech like that plays into the fact that this world is staged. When it goes to the Matrix, bro, people go into their jobs, the judges, the doctors, the lawyers, these people are playing a role in a matrix. They're programmed. It's a stage. But now, so the more clean out your body is, the better. You feel me? And when you were younger, your body was fresh, your organs were fresh, everything was operating how it was supposed to. But over time, you ate all this junk, it accumulated and started to weigh down your body and pollute your body and toxify your body and pull you out of your natural state of how you used to function when everything was healthy. And when you're sick, you forget how it feels to be healthy, and you don't even realize that you're sick if you were sick long enough. So a lot of us, we forget how we really felt as a kid, or how we really felt when we were really healthy. You feel me? But so, yeah.
A dog will go out there into nature and starts to munch on the bushes. And that's where herbs come in. Herbs are the most concentrated source of healing in the plant kingdom. All our pharmaceuticals are based on herbs. But what herbs do to the body and what pharmaceuticals do to the body are two different things, you know? So essentially, when we talk about lifestyle transformation, there's a process in going through it, you know, and it's a natural process. And the first process has to be usually involving some kind of cleaning up. It makes perfect sense to remove the garbage in the gut first before putting in the healthy food. So instead of having healthy food sitting on top of a garbage heap, you know, then you clear the garbage heap first so the body can utilize the healthy foods.
If you eat fruits and stuff on top of junk, it'll like rot and ferment. It'll actually make it worse. Like if you ate a big meal of junk and then you eat some fruit, even if it's only like an hour later, you gotta wait a couple hours at least. And even then you're still playing with it. You should eat the fruit first and then eat the junk after, if you're gonna eat junk at all. So that way you can process the fruit, because the fruit processes the quickest in the body. Your body breaks it down the quickest. Your body can burn up the fruit real quick. And then once you eat the junk later, you feel me, it won't get in the way. It won't clog. It won't, you feel me, the fruit won't stick to the junk and won't sit there and rot inside you. You feel me? Because that's what happens when you eat fruit on top of junk. If you eat junk and then you eat fruit after, that fruit's just going to sit in your stomach and rot. And eventually you're going to process it. I'm just saying it's going to mix all together and it's going to come nasty. And it's just like a giant pool of nastiness, you feel me, inside your stomach. I mean, picture it. Picture you got a pool of water. You put junk in it, which is already nasty, and then you put fruit in it and you let the fruit sit with the junk and it mixes all together. I mean, it's going to become very nasty. You get what I'm trying to say?
So detoxification really is coming from the word toxin. And a toxin is simply anything inappropriate inside of the body. So the detoxification is the removal of toxins or the removal of inappropriate substances from the body. And the World Health Organization and so on have pretty much, you know, understood and articulated in their own ways that, you know, a lot of these chronic diseases that you see around us are essentially there because of a buildup of toxicity in the body. So different conditions will have different toxins. For example, you know, arthritis, you know, high acidity in the body. Same thing with GERD, high acidity, acidosis, too much acidity. Breast cancer, high estrogen in the body. Cysts, high estrogen in the body. Fibroids, high estrogen in the body. Endometriosis, high estrogen in the body. You know, prostate cancer, high testosterone. I could go right down the list, you know, of every condition. So the whole purpose of detoxification is to put the body through a very natural process where you stop polluting the body. And whilst you're having the purest juices and maybe foods too, depending.
Put it like this: if you're smoking crack and you're a crackhead and it's fucking up your body and it's horrible for you, or you're on heroin and you're a heroin addict and it's tearing up your body, you're healing and detoxing when you remove, if you go sober, right? Well, I look at it as you're going sober from so many different toxins that have been influencing you and what's the word I'm looking for? You're under the influence. You're if you're being drugged out by these foods, and they have an effect on your mind, your consciousness. They alter your state of consciousness. They alter everything about you. So you're drugged out by these foods, right? So when you detox from these foods, you're going sober for the first time from all these different things that have been altering your natural state. So when you remove these things from you, you're removing the chemicals that are in that food. And those chemicals have been in your body, changing your whole body, changing your brain, how you think, how you act, how you feel, everything about you. Your awareness, your very experience within your body. So when you remove these things, you're going basically sober from it. If you want to put it like that. You know how you feel when you go sober? It's like a whole, like you're cleansed out, you're healing, you feel me? Same shit.
Then you are exercising so as to encourage your circulation, so that your two waste treatment plants, your liver and your kidneys, can function optimally. You are sleeping appropriately so that the body gets a chance to heal, because we heal during stage 4 sleep fundamentally. So as we are having a conversation now, there's minimal healing going on in our bodies. When we get to deep stage 4 sleep, that the body heals. That in and of itself is a statement that profoundly speaks to the importance of sleep. Okay? Sunlight, you know, the immune system, which is our army, our fighting system, has a variety of soldiers, of which one of them is the T cell. The T cell roams around the body and looks for anything unnatural, you know, and then it produces chemicals if it sees something unnatural that neutralizes them, you know, and then flushes it out of the body. For those T cells to do the work, to be activated, they need vitamin D, which is formed in the skin from sunlight, you know. Vitamin D or sunlight also has many other benefits on the body, you know, and one is it produces the production of a chemical in the brain called serotonin, which reduces psychological stress. So you
that shit is photon energy, plasma energy. You feel me? You feel me? Photosynthesis. That's a little weird. Photosynthesis. You know what the plants do? It's photon energy. It's light codes. It's like light energy. It's like higher frequencies of energy that are channeled from the sun that are pouring down. All that vitamin D shit blocks out you from really tapping into the truth of what the sun really is. You feel me? Piece of the reflection, piece of the God, but all that vitamin D shit, gang. You feel me? A lot of our reflections don't even know they gods. They even might be tapped in, but they still believe they human beings. They still believe a lot of this shit that the white man tells them. They still believe a lot of mainstream science and mainstream history and mainstream this. And we gotta tap into nature. We gotta tap into the soul. We gotta get the equipment ourselves and study nature like real scientists ourselves. Fuck what they saying. Let me get a fucking telescope and fucking you feel me? Fucking lab equipment and shit. Fucking I just like I like how I said nah, but let me get all this different shit. Let me study the elements and study the what's in the soil and study the plant remnants and study the trees on a cellular level and study the stars. Let me study the stars, you feel me? But nah, for real, like, we need to really start getting curious about the world around us on a very deep level. Very curious, but no George. Monkey see, monkey do no more, because we're not copying anything. You know, Curious George the monkey. But within that being said, like, I can feel it now. I'm breathing a little bit deeper because I haven't eaten any junk since yesterday. Yesterday, I was eating the remnants what I made the day before yesterday, which was a whole little pot of pasta. Whipped it up with the chilies. But before I did that shit, I had gone like 2 days eating only fruits. So I cleansed out from the cheese. Overall, since July 8th, right? Because now it's 34 or 35, something right like that. I think it's 35 days no meat. I said it earlier in the live. I could check it right now. Hold up. I think we're 35 days, y'all. No meat, right? 35 days. I'm going to pull it up on this phone. Because this is the phone I got the live on. If any of y'all wonder what I'm doing when I'm looking to the side, I'm looking at the live to make sure everything's running good. Because I got the live put up on this phone. I got the chat put up on this phone. I got the other phone, which is where I'm recording the live off of, and I'm screen recording the video and shit. It lets me do it straight off the phone, so the technology is dope. It got a built-in screen recording feature, and YouTube, I can go live off of YouTube, and they have a screencast feature, so I can literally cast my screen, which is dope. Makes it way easier for me and people like me who don't got the real equipment yet with the whole setup and the whoop whoop with the computer and the monitor and the big ass, all the big ass shit they got. I don't have all that. I don't have anywhere near all that. But one day I shall, if I truly want to. But hold on. Oh yeah, that's what I was doing. I done forgot what I was doing. I gotta pull up. So, let's see. 3 weeks ago was 10 days. I posted this video, 10 days no meat. Can y'all see that? I can't even see that. But yeah, so that was July 18th. So I said that wrong. Not July 8th, July 18th. So that's 2 days, July 20th plus 10 plus 1. So that's 13 days right there. 13 plus, today's the 13. Wait, hold up. Oh yeah, no. So 26, and then this video was 10 days on. So by July 8th, I was right. No, because I said I started on July 8th. Right, I'm right, because this is or July 9th, whichever or, because July 9th, it's different when you count days. Like, you would think it's July 8th, but that might be 11 days from the way, because you count it's weird. Y'all get what I'm trying to say. It's like you count the day you start, and it's like, nah, but, so, either July 8th or July 9th is when I started. And, so on July 18th, it was 10 days, plus 26. So we 36, big 36. I see 36 all the time. Hold up, we 36? I see 36 all the time. I can pull up all types of screenshots of me seeing 36 consistently. That's like an angel number I see all the time. So not yet word. That's what's up. We're 36 days no meat. Word. But with that being said, since then until now, I've been on and off eating only fruits. I've been trying to do as much as I can only fruits and get towards being fully fruits again. But I'm in an elimination process to where if I'm not eating only fruits, at the very least, I'm rising up from eating slowly over time. I'm rising up and eliminating more of the junk food I'm eating. So I'm rising up from eating more and more junk food into eating more and more closer to being fully plants and fully fruits. So over time, my whole diet, if you want to call it that, is shifting closer to being fully fruits. So I'm getting away from all the junk, you feel me? I haven't eaten meat in 36 days. I haven't eaten eggs in over a week. I haven't eaten cheese, and I ate cheese yesterday. But I haven't drunken soda in mad long. I haven't drunk any juices or shit like that. Like actual, like sugary juices, not fruit juice, but sugary artificial juices. I haven't. I'm really good with the liquids. I be drinking mostly water. Like I'm really good with the liquids. Ever since I stopped drinking soda and all that and all those juices, I've been really good with that. But overall, apart from that, I'm cleansing out from the densest and heaviest and most toxic of the foods. And I'm doing that more and more to where I'm getting closer and closer to being fully plant based. So we're
have a better mood once you're getting some sun on your skin. Also sunlight on the skin during the day by processes which we don't quite understand as scientists results in more melatonin formation in the brain at night, and melatonin is important to help us to sleep deeply.
Let me look at. Oh, look, and the live. Y'all see that at the top? It says we've been going for 3 hours and 6 minutes. Literally. As I was just talking about 3-6. That's what I mean. I see 3-6 all the time. We've been going for 3 hours and 6 minutes. It says it right there at the top. I don't know if y'all can see that, but word. I might end it right now because I want to say no. I think I'm about to end it though, and it would be powerful if I ended off on the 3-6. But yeah, peace everyone who tapped in. I appreciate y'all deeply. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for everyone who sent good energy in the live, who's been tapped in watching. You feel me? I appreciate y'all, all y'all deeply. There's gonna be more to come. I'm gonna be on here more, sharing more high vibrational information, soul feeding information, powerful information, spreading good frequency, spreading powerful downloads, powerful all types of stuff. You feel me? If I can. No. But nah, I like to play with my facial ether a lot, my chin hair and shit. I don't know, I just got like a compulsion when I'm thinking and shit. It's like a body habit. My body thinks faster than my thoughts, and I'm just so used to doing it. It's like I can't make myself not do it. If you get what I'm saying. If any of you have like a thing you do with your body where you might like crack your knuckles or constantly like, you feel me, like do something, you feel me. So we all have like different things that are like, I don't know how to explain it. It's like body habits. That's basically the best word I can think of. But nah, yeah. So peace everyone who tapped in. I appreciate y'all all deeply. And yeah, there's gonna be more to come. Like I said, I'm gonna be tapping in more. Adios.